that. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. I hope you all are having a super Saturday evening. I don't know. Is it Saturday? I don't even fucking know. I know every day, everything blending together. But what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I am happy to be your host as always. Thank you for joining me. I am Ed Honcho. If you don't know, well, now you know. And again, like I said, I thank you for joining me this evening. And every evening that you do have the opportunity to join, it's always greatly appreciated. Hi. Let me get everything in order here. Let me just make sure we got everything set. All right, cool. So tonight we're going to talk about nostalgia. We're going to talk about, is it such a good thing? Shout out to Roman. Roman made this suggestion a few days ago, and so I didn't want to, one thing I forgot about it. And I had anticipated using this a little bit before, then some of the shenanigans occurred. So I thought, why not tonight? Why not tonight of all nights to speak on it? Make sure you're following the Den on all the proper social medias, facebook.com/DenShowLive, Twitter and Instagram, different platforms, same name, @DenShowLive. If you want to follow my personal social medias, you can catch me at EdHonchoHTX on Instagram and Twitter. Again, same name, different platforms. Appreciate all of you who, have followed, taken that advice. So sincerely appreciate it. If you ever want to contact the Den when we are live or not live, 833-284-3336 or 833, the number 2, the Den is the easiest way to remember that. So if you ever want to just, send a message, or you can send an email at denshowlive@gmail.com. You want to send a message, you want to send your thoughts, share your thoughts, just kind of let me know what's going on in your mind, however you're feeling about the Den, suggestions, topics, any of those good things. Always appreciate it. And thedenshow.com, it will send, if you want to tell a friend about the Den, which I always say, hey, tell a friend about the Den. It'll bring them to the page, to the YouTube page. And if you want them to come directly to the chat, you send them to thedenshow.com/live. It'll bring them directly to the live conversation that we're having, if we are live at that time. If not, it'll take them to the last live stream that we had, even if it's over with. So if you ever want to suggest to a friend, hey man, last night the Den was great, you got to hear some of this stuff, you can just send them that denshow.com/live link, and it'll put them in the right place, exactly where they need to be. Shout out to everybody who's been showing love to the Den. If you want to support the Den, you go to streamlabs.com/thedenshow. I appreciate all the love that has been coming in as we try to progress, as we will progress to bigger and better heights and greater things, because I think, with your support of viewers like you, kind of like PBS, the Den will go to great places, because YouTube definitely don't want to show us no love. All my shit be getting a little yellow tab. Well, this is not suitable for most advertisers. Y'all need to get some hardcore fucking advertisers who want to talk about some real shit, goddammit. And shout out to Stina Starryeyed. And if anyone else would love to become a Patreon supporter, you go to patreon.com/thedenshow. And, you can do that there to make a monthly pledge. So shout out to Stina Starryeyed, and I appreciate your support. And that's not to dismiss anybody else. I appreciate everyone's support. Let's see. Dr. Rabbit, Cartier White, Jared Key, Eastside Hero, Sweetberry, Jimmy Cruz, Keisha R, Anthony Bailey, AB, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see, Cassie Cage, let's see. Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Your new routine, get a quick workout in while I wait for it. That's what I be doing. That's why we be late. I be getting my quick workout in, and then I'm not fucking with y'all. Rashida, hey Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? Kellen Boys, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Thang, Lisa Cartwheel, T Chala, what's the motherfucking deal? So we're gonna talk about nostalgia, and then I'm gonna open up the lines a little bit. You can tell the seasons are changing. It's getting back to that time. Those of you who've been fucking with the Den long enough and fucking with the sauce long enough, y'all can tell what time of the year it is as the temperature changes. Sam Bloom, Giant Mess, what's the motherfucking deal? As the temperature changes within the Den, it seems to keep heat. You know what I'm saying? And so, look, if a nigga get a little moisturized in this bitch, don't blame me. I gotta figure out what I want to do, because the thing about the fan, it just picks up so much noise. Even the quiet one still picks up a little bit of noise for it to be sufficient. So I'm gonna figure something out, but we'll get that all worried about. We're not worried about that right now. But as it gets hotter, it's definitely something to take into consideration. So we're gonna talk about nostalgia. And we're going to get into that conversation. It's going to be very interesting, I do believe. Some of you youngsters don't know nothing about that. But we will definitely discuss it. But I was going to say, we have a few new commands. I told y'all I've been trying to get the chat back restored. So the explain command should be back. But like I said, I've put a few stipulations on some of the permissions and things. So once you get to regular status, you'll have access to some of the other commands that other folks want. You know, for all those of you who've been putting in work. And I got to go back down the list. And some of y'all I know have been here for a minute. I'm gonna give y'all love, give y'all status. But right now, like I said, I was putting in a little bit of work to get that done. Let me see. Put that there. So instead of top 5, I know everybody always wants to ask about top 5 time. I switched it up to top 10, so that way everybody's like, "Oh, how far am I from being in the top 5?" So now we have the top 10 time, and it has been reset. It does not have the old time in it. So ever since we changed everything up, so top 10 now on points and time. You can check that out. Got a couple of new things. Like I say, we have the love meter, the love and gifts, and those of you who are fans of Cards Against Humanity, we got a little bit of that action going on. But the only way that works is if the moderators decide to play, and then you can respond. So if you guys are interested in that, if the moderators are interested in that, then I'll get that going. And the 8-ball is back, accessible to everyone. So let's get into the conversation, man. Let's talk about nostalgia. And which is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to speak on nostalgia, just kind of my perception of it, my thoughts on it. But when we get some calls in tonight, so hey, hopefully that it will get y'all activated. Sometimes y'all be acting like y'all slow boogie. Maybe we'll get some ladies to call in because y'all been acting like y'all scared. I know y'all ain't going to call in tomorrow. Y'all be running away from confession day. So what I want to do is, like I said, I'm going to speak on my thoughts on it. But when you call in, I want y'all to share some of the nostalgic memories, some of the things that bring back good memories, things that you reminisce on from time to time. And just share that with the chat. I mean, because again, like I said, we're a community here. We're all friends in the den. We're all degenerates. We're all denizens sometimes. But most of all, hey, we're all from different backgrounds. We're all from different places, but we are all den folk. So nostalgia, is it good? Is it bad? Because right now we live in the most advanced time in human history. But if you ask almost anybody above the age of 25, I would say, that they would always say, hey, man, it was so much better back then. Hey, in the 90s, we wasn't having this bullshit. In the 80s, look, y'all was on some bullshit. I was born in the 80s, but I wasn't active in the 80s. I was still too young for that. Y'all was dressing weird like these motherfuckers right now dress in the 80s too. So don't act like y'all was special. Look, Charlie Murphy told you that. But the 70s, it was like this. Or the times were so much better in the 50s. Even we reminisce, like I say, when we talk about more serious issues, we talk about families and things like that. When we talk about black issues, well, in the 50s, 60s, or early 60s, probably more 40s and 50s, the black family was strong. So it was such a better time. You talk about, there was a documentary I was watching the other day, and it was a guy, and he was talking about during the times of segregation. He was like, it was just better then, And you would think, well, we're making more advancements as a society. We were making more advancements as, you're 55. You say we were making more advancements as a society. We were making more advancements as a culture. Now we have technology. We have Facebook. We have YouTube. We have all these things. We're closer, right? But why is it always that when we look at it, it was so much better back then? You know what I'm saying? Why was it so much better back then? Why do we look back and say, oh man, the 90s were great. 90s, we weren't having this bullshit. Are we picking and choosing when we talk about nostalgia? Okay. What's up, Brian? What's the motherfucker? I don't know if I missed you or not. Shout out to Brian. In Chicago Bear, if I missed you too. Make sure I ain't trying to look at. If I missed you, I ain't dish you. Impaler the Monarch. What's the motherfucking machine? The motherfucking machine, goddamn. A wind machine. I got a cool little deal, and it's a quiet fan, one of them little tower ones, man. But you got one or two things going on, right? Like I said, I'm just gonna have to just do some balancing between the sound and the settings. I may have to set it a little bit further off just to get some good rotation, maybe some air rotation. Because if I have it right here on me, it's gonna get picked up by the motherfucking mic and all that shit. But this nigga Honcho recording in a fucking windstorm and shit. But the thing about this is, you look at it, you say the 90s. Was it because, for some of us, because that was our prime era? You know, that's when we were young and we were discovering life and we hadn't become jaded by the way the world is at this time. You know, what is it that has us always feeling like, it makes me think about the South Park, the member berries. Remember when? And, you know, you wonder, you're like, what caused this? Why are we so infatuated with the past? Because let's be realistic. Some things have gotten better. Some things have gotten worse. You know, a few things that I think that have gotten worse, music. First and foremost, music. And because it went from human creativity, you know, creating sounds that were never heard before, the actual talent it took to dedicate yourself to a craft. I think about rock. I think about guitar solos, things like that. I like a lot of classic rock music. What's his name? Goddamn, can't think of his name. Died in the fucking crash. Damn, his name's on the right on top. But he did the Little Wing, and he did Texas Flood. Goddamn, I can't think of his fucking name. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I think about R&B. I think about no, not Buddy Holly. God damn, what's his name? No. What's his name? God damn it. I want to say he died in a plane crash. Stevie Ray Vaughan. There you go. Thank you, Dr. Rabbit. Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't know what I kept wanting to say Jimmy something, but I'm not Jimi Hendrix. I know Jimi Hendrix did Little Wing too. What? Lupe? You can't hate on Lupe. Lupe is legit. Stop with the nonsense. Kendrick is not better than Lupe, but anyway, we're gonna get back on that. But my thing is, Kendrick is more commercial than Lupe. But the thing about what I'm saying is that music back then, it was like from the heart, from the soul. I was riding with the little one the other day, and Jerome in the house, and we were listening to that little goofy song. I like the little goofy song. The Old Town Road, I'm gonna take my horse down the Old Town Road, the little country song. They were all upset because, come on, it's not really a country song, but country nowadays isn't even a country. But it got took off the country chart, so I'm like, what the fuck is it? What is this big hubbub about? And so I listened to it. It's actually kind of catchy. I like it. Got the Wrangler on my booty. I thought that's fucking hilarious. But, you know, and then I started playing some other stuff. I let her hear some old school music. I put them a little, and I'm just like, man, you know, I think a lot of kids, a lot of the youth these days, they don't have that appreciation because now everything's digitized and boop bop beep bop boop 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 beep boop bop, you know, and and you know, the thing about it is, let me see here. The thing about it is that, you know, it just doesn't feel the same. It's catchy. It's fucking right on, you know, hey, you know, it's timed, it is what it is, but it's not. Think about them guitar solos. That when you felt somebody's soul. Back we talk about what was that, Lenny Williams? You felt his motherfucking soul when he sung that shit. Like nowadays, it's a formula, and as long as you stick to that fucking formula, it'll work for you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, when did Lupe diss Kendrick? And I will never say Kendrick's way, but Lupe is underappreciated. We'll talk about this when we get to nostalgia, but let me jot that down. Because just because Lupe doesn't get that he's not commercial, and he goes over so many people's head. I like Kendrick, but Kendrick, honestly, lyrically, is not holding a candle to Lupe. And I ain't even listened to Lupe since Tattoo on Youth. But all I'm saying is just music. You know, that's the primary thing I think that jumps out. And then you have, you know, you can talk about food, I guess. When restaurants had to use real food and places were using real food, now everything's commercial and GMO and fast food and all kind of junk. But you can talk about television. You could talk about, you know, the arts. And people were genuine and people told fresh stories. People told new stories. Now it's a lot of, okay, we know what people want. We're not going to take any risks. We're just going to make the same old story. We're going to make Transformers 32, or we're gonna make Die Hard 17, and it's the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? From Freebird, yeah, it was awesome. Freebird is one of the greatest. But you know, it's just like, the thing is, everything just seems automated nowadays, I guess. You know, you talk about social media, and it's cool, it's convenient, it's nifty, because you have access to more people around the world. YouTube, you have access to more information than ever. And I don't necessarily consider YouTube social media, so we're gonna take that out, but I'll come back to that. But social media, you have the ability to make connections. You have the ability to make connections all over the place, right? And the difference is, though, you can make more connections, but are they as genuine of connections? So you can have access to more people, but are they the genuine connections that you would make when you grew up, say, maybe in a small town, or you grew up in a certain part of town, and you knew everybody who lived around you? Remember when they used to say it takes a community? You didn't need cell phones to know what the fuck was going on in there. You didn't need people to text you. If Lil Ray Ray was acting up down the motherfucking street, shit, Miss Linda knew, you know, on the other end, she 2 or 3 blocks down the way, she knew what the fuck was going down before, you know, his mama goddamn knew. Everybody kept it real. Everybody was in touch. Everybody was in tune. And motherfuckers might not have liked each other, but there was respect, and there was a way that people handled each other, you know. So all I'm saying is, there has to be, there has to be, I guess, an exchange, you know, convenience for depth, maybe the quality, maybe, you know, that might be it. You know, I don't know how many of y'all are chefs or be working the pit or anything like that. But think about, like, marinating food, right? If you're hungry, you can eat it right now. Flavor might not be as good. It might be all right. It's not bad, but you can eat. But think about slow cooking or marinating some food and letting that flavor fucking seep in. There's nothing like, Caller ID was a motherfucker. Caller ID and Star 69. Caller ID and Star 69. Hey guys, what's the motherfucking deal, man? It was over with after that. Star 69 was a motherfucking Lord, I got your motherfucking ass. Don't play on my phone. What was the other one? What was it? Star 68 was the anonymous one? Whatever it was. Like I said, it was always some shit, man. Man, why you trying to do my boy Lyric bad, man? Like, look, hey, brother. Well, you know, hey, brother, I got your back, brother. So like I say, man, you ready to call it? I'm gonna open up here in just a second. Like I say, I'm just making comparisons, because this is not to say that nostalgia is bad, because we have things now that we never had back then, but then we had something back then that we may never get back now. You know what I'm saying? And ready to fuck it. Man, have y'all seen that fucking thing? It's a dude I follow on Instagram, and his name is 39. I shared it in the fucking Facebook thing, and on the Facebook in the Den Show, and I'm just laughing because I think I see T'Challa posted earlier what he was talking about. But and they be talking about he this motherfucker singing in the shower, right? He was singing in the shower, and he was drunk as shit, but he was giving it his all. Singing, rapping, whatever you want to call it. But I felt that motherfucker. It was terrible. It was terrible, but it was so catchy. You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucker told, I've been turning up for a long time. I've been smoking gas for a long time. And he just like had this little catchy, little weird voice to it. Yes, the little crack was intended. But man, I've been fucking singing that shit for like a week now. That shit is hilarious. So this is what we're gonna do, all right? So like I said, I want to know how y'all feel about nostalgia. I want to know how y'all feel about what has been the greatest difference between now and whatever it may be that you had, you know, nostalgic memories about. God damn, we ain't got, do we have any? Okay, Roscoe, says part of Grants giving indoctrinated, aka brainwashing the man. Roscoe, you the only mod holding it down this evening? Ain't that? They got Roscoe doing all the damn work. Ain't that a bitch? No, that was intended, because that's how the dude sound. I'm turning up for a long time. I've been smoking gas for a long time. But the shit goes hard. So let's get it. I'm gonna open up the line, man. I want to know how y'all feel, man. Let's have some good calls tonight. Some of y'all who ain't never called in before, quit acting scared. I know the green screen looking crazy. Fuck all that shit. You know, we're gonna keep it real. So give me just a second. Let me open up the line and all that good shit. I'm gonna put the number up here. It ain't open yet. Give me just a second, because I know yesterday, I think I had the thing up there, y'all. We was getting some calls, but I ain't even had a 9 open. Let's get it. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. And while we getting, I told y'all we got some new stuff. So since none of the mods are here, I guess I'll do it. So here's the deal. I don't know how y'all play Cards Against Humanity, but here's how it works. You got to be a moderator to play a black card, and a white card is a response. So everybody can play a white card. If you want to put it in, I'll show you how this works. Oh, there go DeMarcus. Where DeMarcus? There your ass been? DeMarcus has been sitting there low-key cool and waiting for some of that. I ain't even seen DeMarcus in here, but as soon as Kenneth pop up, DeMarcus in bed. DeMarcus pulled a kick though, man. Ain't that a bitch? All right, so anyway, this is what we'll do. We will play Cards Against Humanity in the chat. To be a moderator, all you have to do is put CAH, Cards Against Humanity, black, to play a black card. So that means a moderator can only do that. But everybody can play the white card. The white card is a response card. So we'll see who gets the craziest response. I'll start it off. I'll kick it off. And again, like I say, CAH white is how you play your response. So go ahead and we can play that. Now we're going to get this line opened up. We're going to take some calls. We're going to have some fun. And I'll share some of these other commands and things that we got going on now, if you want to. And here I'll show y'all how to do that, just so y'all, to do a response, CAH white. And there you go. Oh, I guess I should put the other things in there too, huh? So y'all can tell the y'all can see how that works. All right. Okay, so the number's open. Let's see what we got. We got somebody calling in. Hold on. Let me get the audio accessible. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the Denline this evening? Hello. No, do we? Yeah. Do I got it acting right? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello? Hold on, let me check my audio. I might have the audio fucked up. Y'all know players fuck up. No, it should be good. All right, we're gonna hang it up. I see, look at, I believe that was Miss Cassie. Miss Cassie, call back in. Let me double check, make sure all everything is copacetic. But I couldn't hear you if you called in. All right, we should be Gucci. Alrighty, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Hello. Background all crazy.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Hello?
Wow, I can't hear you. Hold on. I'm actually watching on the stream.
Okay, give me a second. Let me see. It might be on my end. Let me see what's going on. Oh, I know what's up. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. Let's all right, how about now?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, there we go. Okay. You know, players fuck up. If you've been around the den long enough, you know, players fuck up, man. You know, all right, we gonna get it right.
Man, you're human.
Already. Miss Cassie, what you want to drop in the den this evening?
Well, I'm going to break it down to y'all.
All right.
Nostalgia isn't a thing. It's fake.
Okay.
Everything in the past was better.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, down to a lot of corporate shit in general, to be honest with you. Like, you was talking about how music was better back in the day, but that's simply because they actually used to find talent and actually have talent make music. Nowadays, all that matters is how advertisable are you? How much attention can you garner? It is down to a science to what will make the most amount of money. I mean, it really breaks down to that. Simple.
I agree.
That's why you got like Cardi B's and all this other shit that's disposable. And it sucks because there are people with legitimate talent out there that'll they will never be big. I mean, I don't know if you remember that elderly woman. She was like maybe in her 50s. She was a white girl on one of them fucking American Idol or whatever.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
I mean, how many of those types of people do you see nowadays?
Man, none.
She is so insanely lucky, and she did have a very good voice, but you know, people don't come to the forefront like that.
Yeah.
But with music, that's what it is to me personally. I don't know if anyone else has a different opinion, but with movies, I mean, take into account how much more money it takes to make a movie today than it did in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes so much money to make a movie besides like a bullshit comedy or something. You got to make CGI and all that. And it takes a lot of money, which means these people are not willing to take risks to try and make something new and creative. I mean, they took a chance on making The Crow, and that's like one of my favorite movies, and they took a chance with Brandon Lee. They didn't really know how talented he was. You know, it's just like, oh, he's just hyped because of his father, whatever, but he turned out to be fucking amazing. And I think personally that his shit was so good that they swiped at the way he acted as, you know, the character for The Dark Knight of the Joker, in my personal opinion. And it's a shame that he died, but I mean, you don't see movies like that where they actually take a comic book and they actually like respect the creator. They actually had the creator on set, and they actually like asked him like, how would this work? Because you honestly, you have to change a movie up from the comic book a little bit. It's just what it is to make it work, because the way comic books, especially that comic book, is made, it doesn't fall in line to how a movie is managed and made. But how often do you see them actually respect the creator's vision and try and really carry it out and try to do something different? They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They just follow the trends, what's popular. And that's why you don't really see, like to me personally, the last like true masterpiece was the director's cut of Once Upon a Time in America. It is the last great movie masterpiece. And I see idiots on Twitter literally say Venom is a masterpiece, and I want to shoot myself in the head having to actually read this bullshit.
You know what's interesting, man, and I've always wanted to watch, but I've never watched The Crow. I've seen it kind of, you know, I've seen glimpses of it and everything, and I kind of knew the story around it, but I've never actually watched the movie itself.
You know what? It's such a... There's so much to that movie besides the movie itself. Like, the creator wrote that comic book because he was basically trying to vent because his fiance had died in a car crash with a drunk driver, and he was like grieving that shit. So he wrote that comic book that kind of corresponds with what he was feeling, but in its own unique story. And then it ended up, you know, coming to film. And everything that happened with Brandon Lee being murdered on set accidentally. And just all the crazy shit that happened. If you just watch like a few YouTubers actually talk about what it took to make that film, like how many accidents, it just adds so much more like feeling to that movie. And just all like the greatness. And when you watch that movie, like when I watched that movie, I definitely get a sense. I don't know if it's nostalgia, but like you get a wholehearted feeling having known the backstory to that film, and then when you actually watch it, you actually watch how great Brandon Lee was as an actor.
So,
And, how close he was to the Joker in The Dark Knight.
yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Do you think that there's a similarity between? I mean, because I know you said that character was kind of emulated from it, but do you think that kind of works in the same way with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight with him dying? Do you think that kind of had that same impact?
Well, the impact between what Heath Ledger dying.
Yeah, and how kind of like Brandon Lee died, but during the making of that movie, right?
Yes, he died on set.
And then
okay. he got, what had happened was the person that's supposed to check the guns, the prop guns, he didn't check it. He would never clean it, and he left it like that, and then he ended up leaving the set before they were shooting a set. So what had happened was they put in a blank, and the projection from pieces were projected from the gun when it was fired. It actually shot him in one of his arteries and ended up bleeding to death.
That's terrible.
They changed a lot of laws after that. That's a freak fucking accident. Really sick and sad what happened.
Yeah, that's wild.
But, yeah, it sucks. But, I mean, that movie, honestly, it lives on. They had to do so much in that movie just to make it happen. And I'm just so glad they didn't drop it because they had to actually have someone stand in for Brandon and finish some scenes.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they had to do to make that movie happen, I'm glad that they did it. It's worth a watch, especially when you know all the shit that happened. You could definitely tell Heath Ledger was inspired.
I'm gonna have to check that out, man. I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. Cause like I said, I've been saying I want to see it, and it actually slipped my mind. I know back in the day I wanted to see it because I just thought it was interesting, but I never took the time to watch it. And so I'm glad you reminded me of that. So I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Yeah, go for it, man. And when you do watch it, let me know how you like this. It's definitely one of my favorite movies. And I guess to end it off, I wanted to hit all the main forms of entertainment right now.
Okay.
And my personal favorite is video games. And video games were better back in the day.
Really? Okay.
You know what it is, man? We've went from physical to digital, and it has made creators and publishers just blatantly lazy.
Yeah.
Since you could download like patches and stuff, they will launch constant games that are buggy and unfinished. Back in the day, when you put a game on disc, if it wasn't working right, it was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Now you got idiots defending broken, messy games or unfinished products, and you pay $60 for some shit. And then next thing you know, if you want the complete game, you gotta spend $50 on DLC.
Yeah.
It's like such a joke. It is such a fucking joke nowadays. You gotta dodge in fucking games like bullets because they'll do everything to try and sell it to you. And I'm sick of it. It sucks. But to me, that hits like the three main things of why I feel like nostalgia is kind of bullshit in a way, and things were actually kind of better back in the day. You give and take. Honestly, you do give and take, man.
Okay. Now, I was just going to ask you something because I guess it probably makes the decision for myself because I forgot the other games. I forgot you are a gamer because I was looking at a couple of new titles, and I was going to get your opinion. And Division 2 being one of them, and I forgot what the other one was. It just slipped my mind. Because you were talking about unfinished game. What'd you say?
Don't say Anthem.
No, not Anthem. I've seen everything bad about Anthem, and then what's the other one? They were talking a lot of shit about Battlefield. They were talking a bunch of shit about that, but that's not the one. I can't remember.
Well, I won't buy Battlefield because they simply say Battlefield 5 is a World War II shooter, and I haven't seen World War II bullshit in there at all. That shit is such bullshit, man. You got more women running around on the battlefield than men. Come on, bro. You don't even have that shit nowadays.
Yeah, that's craziness. Yeah.
And it's not even just the women thing. Like, they got motherfuckers dressed up in all types of crazy shit that you would never see an Englishman running around with a katana. Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, okay.
And the developer said, "Oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it." Well, good, I didn't buy it. Guess what? I saved my ass $60.
Yeah, but
There's plenty of other good stuff.
you look like a bunch of people didn't buy that motherfucker, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because you know what it is? The developers and the publisher treated the people like shit, so the people was just like, you know what? Fuck you. It's a very stacked holiday season, and we'll go for something else. But I heard the Division 2 is pretty good. I am planning on getting it. It's definitely better than the first one. It's an actual finished product. So if you like looter shooters, that's pretty much the best thing to do right now until Borderlands 3 comes out.
Yeah, I just heard about that. I think I started playing that first one and never. I don't think I finished it up, but it was very interesting. I don't know why I never finished it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Well, Miss Cassie, you know what? I appreciate you sharing your thoughts on nostalgia. I appreciate you sharing your video game commentary, and I definitely will. I know I tell a lot of people so I'm definitely going to check out The Crows. That's something that I know back in the day wanted to check out and I forgot about it, but I appreciate your call, and I appreciate you sharing your views.
Yeah. All right. Take care, Honcho.
All right. You have a good one. Appreciate it.
You too.
Shout out to Miss Cassie, man. Well, man, look, I put y'all on that Apex Legends. Goddamn, y'all wasn't even fucking with. Nah, I'm joking. I played it like once or twice, and that was that. I'm trying to get this Cards Against Humanity working right because I want y'all to be able to see your own points of view. Let's see what we got calling. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, brother, what's the motherfucking deal, brother? How you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing all right, brother. How about yourself, man?
No, man, pretty good. I can't complain, brother. Hey, man, first and foremost, we talk about nostalgia, and I know you got good memories of the truck, brother. But tell me something good, brother. I mean, tell me something good from back in the day before you got stuck in the truck. Share some good memories with the people, brother.
God damn it, brother. I don't got my truck no more, brother.
Oh,
I don't got my goddamn wife, brother. Goddamn hooker left me, brother. I'm by my goddamn self under a goddamn bridge off 59, brother.
Oh, god damn it, brother. Hey, you know, that's a bad situation to be in, god damn it. I was thinking, man, I was jamming that new that little old time road, and I was like, you know what? I wonder what my brother Lyric Northside's up to. I know he likes to take his horse down to the old town road. And you know, it's sad to hear that. I thought you had the horse hitched to the back of the truck, and you know, maybe had the wife on your side. But to hear that the wife is gone, the horses don't even exist, the truck is gone. You know, and it's not doing too fine if you're under 59, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you,
brother. I got the dean, brother. I got the dean. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you gotta make it shake, bro.
You know what I mean? Got Honcho, got my goddamn bush.
Like,
Goddamn couple passing cars, but you know, I'll be all right, brother.
I mean, you got to be careful when you drink your bush and near a bush, you know, because you never know what might jump out at you, try to steal your bush, you know. So you got to be careful.
I drink too much bush and start thinking of tush, you know what I mean?
Well, you got some nostalgic memories about some good old tush there, brother? I mean, hey, I know I got some nostalgia. Remember, hey, when I was a young buck, when I was a young stud in the saddle, hey, I was ready to do battle, brother. You know, hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
Man, I had my fair deal of Pooh 90 in Willacoochee, Georgia, but you know that's another story for another time. But you know what I mean? You know, back in my day, you know what I mean? It only took the coke and the smile, you know what I mean? To have a good time. Now, goddamn it, you gotta have money. You gotta have all kinds of unnecessary bullshit, brother. But you know that's neither here nor there, brother. I just wanted to call and check in today, and if you're coming down 59, just know your boy's fine. You know what I mean?
I got you, brother. I got you. Well, hey, you know what? If I'm down that way, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna put my goggles on. I'm gonna put my binoculars on, and I'm gonna look out for you, brother. And hey, if you see me coming, I'm coming with a goddamn 18-pack of goddamn bush, brother. That's all yours, brother.
Hey, you better come with a 19-pack, because I'm gonna need a head start, brother.
Oh, goddamn it, I gotta bring extra. You know, you motherfucking right, you know it.
Goddamn right, brother. But anyway, man, go ahead and continue with your podcast, brother. I'm gonna sit here and I'm tuned in, and I may call back, depending on how many bush you drink, brother.
Already, brother. We'll be here, and we'll be expecting your call. Goddamn it, brother.
Hey, and tell T'Challa, whatever the goddamn nigger's name is, to get off my goddamn nutsack.
Uh-oh. You heard the man with the plan.
Get off my goddamn nutsack, T'Challa. Get off my nutsack, brother. These are my testicles. Can't have them.
These are my testicles. And if anybody's going to have them, it's going to be me.
Goddamn right, brother. And I don't need fun doing my goddamn testicles. That's it.
Well, that's a bet, brother. You know it. As always, goddamn, I appreciate your goddamn call there, brother.
Goddamn right, brother. Have yourself a good old-fashioned night, brother.
Already. Well, you have a good one. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Shout out to the boy Lyric, man. I see y'all talking about some stuff. Man, I'm looking at that and we were talking about games earlier. What's that other little Chinese game? Not the Chinese game. That's racist and shit. I guess it would be Japanese, actually. The Ichiro, whatever. I don't know. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit.
Dr. Rabito, what would you like to drop in the den this evening, sir?
We talk about nostalgia, yes?
Yes. Well, my background's going crazy, yes.
I think, for me, what hits me nostalgically is music and video games and how they've grown over time.
Okay. Tell me more.
So, you remember that one day we did? It was kind of like the video game night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember, you know how I mentioned some pretty old school games like Super Smash Bros. 64, Mario Kart 64, games like that.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to look back. Well, I want you to look at those games and see how the mechanics were, and I want you to look at the sequels to them. I just want you to look at the sequel to Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Now, the graphics not only improved, but they also implemented new technology, and this technology would really just take its course over a period of time. And the more technology has grown, I guess you could say the better the games have looked, and the better the games have performed. And this doesn't really go for all video games. Like the Madden franchise, which legit has become a complete joke. I'm still pissed off about what they did to Christian Covington. Like, I'm still pissed off about that. But anyway, as for music, I'm still sticking with new technology, and it was also pretty hard to really get recognized because you didn't have the internet back then. If you had like a cult following, then you were likely to be successful, but that didn't mean that you had a fighting stance.
So here's my deal, though. Like, what do you see the difference being? Let's take out the graphics. Let's take out, the technology. What do you think the difference is between how things were viewed back then to how they're viewed now as far as gaming? Do you think there's been a culture shift in gaming?
I don't know. I wasn't really, as a kid, I wasn't really, that. I wasn't really, the only system that I really had was a Nintendo Wii. That's all I had. Also, my Nintendo DS. And I was just really a Nintendo kid. I didn't have an Xbox. I didn't have a PlayStation. That's legit all I had.
Okay. Well, let's see. If you're talking about like a DS, then you probably game solo quite a bit, I would assume.
Yeah. I'm an only child.
Because the thing that I was getting at more so was, you know, as far as like, cause I'm looking at those games. You mentioned Smash Brothers. I remember I had Smash Brothers on 64. I think that's the only one I played. I remember Mario Kart 64. But see, I came from, you know, the original Mario Kart and Super Nintendo, and
Super Mario Kart.
yes, from Super Mario Kart to that one was a game changer, because you know you go from 1-on-1, basically 2 players, to going to a 4-player type system. And that's when couch co-op was a thing. And I remember friends coming together, actually getting together and really having challenges. I mean, really having, I mean, hey, you know, you didn't want to come off the stick. If you lost, you had to get off the stick. That's just the way it is. Winner stayed on, you lost, you had to get off the stick. Don't let it be more than 1 or 2 other people wanting to play, you know, because then you had to get good if you wanted to stay on the stick. That's just how it was, wrestling games, things like that. But now, the reason why I'm saying that is because you have, you know, the internet, and it eliminates the need for you to go over to your friend's house to play. You know what I mean? And so now it's like that social aspect that games used to bring, in my opinion, is no longer there. And I think that's a problem.
Back then, if you had a group of friends, you were in luck because y'all could just play together. And if you didn't, well, you just had to play solo. And nowadays, anybody can play online. Like online capability is a thing now.
Yeah. And that's what I find as wild. I think that's definitely a game changer, and it's convenient, but is it really still for the best? And that's where I start to wonder. That's why I say, you know, nostalgia is an interesting thing, because the technology is better, convenience is better, but is convenience always ideal? And I think that's where we run into issues.
And then and there's your pros and then there's your pros and cons with online gaming. You know, I don't want to say online predators, but this can't be. I don't think it can be avoided, because you're just gonna have at least one encounter with one, I feel. But I mean, I never played online, so I could be wrong.
Okay. You know, you've never played online?
Nah, not as a kid.
Well, okay. All right. That's interesting. That's very interesting. You should get you some online gaming in going, and you got to go find some old systems, find some emulators or somewhere people are still playing. But here's the only thing with that, and again, like I say, you can't help you know your age, but I think that you still being a relatively young man, you know, you haven't had the experience to really have the things were better back then moments, because you're still a teen. You know what I mean? So I think like I say, you got to get a few more years under your belt, and you'll be able to look back and say, you know what? By the time you're an adult, by the time you're in your mid-20s, the world will be good and fucked by then. So you'll be able to sit here and say, you know what? Back then, shit was a lot better when we could call into the Den Show. Now, you know, fucking Honcho, some type of half cyborg, half robot, and like, he just doesn't act the same. You know?
Like this stuff was new back then. Nowadays, it's all boring and just the same.
Mm-hmm. Already. Well, that's the bit though, Mr. Rabbit, Dr. Rabbit. I still got to see. I don't know. I haven't seen the degree yet, but I appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, man.
All right, have a good one. All right. So I'm trying to explain the thingy right, because y'all put in random stuff. This is how it's supposed to be. If you're if you're a mod, you can play what is supposed to be the black cards. And the black cards, I guess, are the question cards, and the white cards are supposed to be the response cards. So you put in exclamation point CAH black if you're a mod to play the black card. And everybody else, if you're not a mod and you want to respond to it, you put in CAH white, and it'll put the response of what random cards you draw. So there's trust me, there's a bunch of random messages that are supposed to fit in. So we got to figure that shit out. RoboCop and the latest KFC commercial. I haven't even seen that, but you know, I think that there you go, like that, and so that way I had to change it up a little bit so that way you can see whose response was what, so that way the cards would show who's what. So I think I had to fix that. But the thing about this is, like I say, you have to have a certain number of years under your belt. Because when you're relatively young, it doesn't seem the same. Because I know between being, you got to have at least a generation of systems during your. That shit would have been so much funnier had the AB's response came after the one that. Wow, that's tough. Wow, that's very interesting. Cards Against Humanity is actually pretty fun. But I mean, you gotta have you have to have at least like a generation of gaming in between. So you can't go from you got to go from say, because I mean I have several. We're what, Xbox Ones now. Pretty much they finna have that Google Stadia shit that ain't nobody gonna like. I think that Google Stadia shit's gonna fuck everything the fuck up. Because, like Cassie mentioned, she made a great fucking point. And somebody really didn't think about it. What a great fucking point is that video games nowadays, they don't have to complete them. They just throw some shit out there, go ahead and get you to spend their money, and then they start adding and patching and fucking shit up. And it's kind of wait and see as we go. But like I said, back then, when you released the game, it had to be complete. It had to be ready. Hey, Sarah, what's the motherfucking deal? And so now, like I said, the game has changed, man. It's changed up so much. It's crazy. I don't know, we got a call coming in. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Yo, it's Cassie Cage again.
Already, Miss Cassie. What would you like to drop in the den?
Bro. That Google Stadia shit is such a piece of shit. I don't know if you see this gif going around on Twitter, but literally you watch the dude with the controller. He's playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and he's pressing the button clearly like 3 or 4 times, and then after those 3, finally the character jumps, bro. Yeah, and you're telling me when there's like thousands of people using that shit that it's actually gonna work? Like their servers are gonna give proper feedback at the right time? Yeah, right. Maybe in 15 or so years, bro. Yeah, I'm not even concerned with that garbage. But just imagine at how much Google likes to micromanage people's speech and how disgustingly horrible that's going to be when people want to play video games on their platform.
Man, yeah, that's going to be terrible.
Oh, this person said ass. No, you're getting banned. Like, they're going to micromanage the shit out of that, bro. Man. I don't trust Google at all. I use YouTube because I don't use cable, but if there was something that was a better platform than YouTube, you best believe I'd be on that shit in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's I'm waiting to see. Cause I heard there's supposed to be something that Amazon was supposed to be doing, or a couple other places, but I don't put it past them too. Yeah, I
heard that Walmart was trying to do some bullshit like that.
Oh man, look, hold on, you gonna get that budget service for a great value service, goddamn. Yeah, that's craziness. I was at the Wallet the other day and I saw that. I know they're trying to compete with Amazon now. By the way, they do it, like their website it's horrible. Cause I like to go ahead and like pre-order stuff, so I don't have to like walk around. I can just go pick the shit up and fucking
get about
it.
Honestly, every gamer needs to stop doing that shit. I agree. I think it's cool to pre-order like maybe a few days before it comes out. But the reason why these games are getting launched in a shitty state is because people are willing to order months.
No, not like that. And I ain't pre-ordered a game in so long. I wait now to sit. I mean, like, just if I got to just buy some regular shit, like I'll order online and then just go pick it up. I've stopped pre-ordering a while back. I forgot what the last thing I pre-ordered. I can't even remember. But no, but I say I'll do that. But then I saw on their website, because now it's like I was trying to just get something at the little local Wallet. I just wanted to run in and run out. But then they got all this random shit. Oh, this isn't even sold by Walmart. It's sold by some other shit. And it's just like, man, you gotta stay in your lane. Certain companies gotta learn. You have to stay in their lane. You can't dip your toe in everything. Just stick to what you're good at and be happy with it. But yeah, I'd be appalled if Walmart did something. I wouldn't even know how to respond to some shit like that. That would be
I mean a huge problem really right now that that people don't really see is that all these new ways of trying to get games to people is just to take power away from a gamer and a consumer. You got this thing where you could stream the game on any device, and it sounds all nice and good, but, you know, what control do you have over that product that you're buying?
Exactly.
None. No power over it, man. Google could take that shit away from you. Tomorrow they could say, well, you did this wrong. You did wrong think. So we're going to take your gaming library away from you. And that's why back in the day, gaming to me is so much better because I have my own disc. I have my own system. As long as they work. And I live in Pennsylvania, and I don't have to necessarily worry about losing my house or anything. You know, it varies from person to person, but I have my shit, and can't nobody tell me when and when not to play it. I have to whip out my PS2 and just start playing that shit, no problem.
I agree, and that's the crazy stuff about it, man. Like I say, because I was thinking the other day, and I was just like, why still buy discs? But then, you know, I realized that shit. Yeah, I saw that thing that they were talking about on Microsoft that they were banning people and basically wiping out their library, like you said. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna wipe out something that I fucking paid for? And, you know, and take it from me. So I think because I remember, I think I did get Red Dead on hard disk and something else. I think the last thing I pre-ordered, though, I'm not gonna lie, I think was Far Cry 5, because I'm a Far Cry fan, so I think that was the last thing I pre-ordered.
Yeah, actually.
But outside of that, no. But yeah, man. So it's just it's wild, though. But yeah, like you said, they're taking away the power, they're taking away the control, and that doesn't make sense. And I don't understand. Like, and people think it's better, but I think it just
people endorse it because they're being full. Like, the thing is, these companies, like, slowly they push this narrative. Slowly they put peddling it in your mind. Like they start off, you know, with a toe in the water, and then all of a sudden you got people thinking this way over a long period of time. I mean, like, I was talking to my friend. He said he was talking to his neighbor, and his neighbor was telling him that he genuinely thinks that the internet should be for advertisements and for companies to sell the shit, not for people to be talking on. And this is because of the bullshit that's being slowly peddled into your mind. Imagine you having no voice, man. No voice at all. Because, you know, social discourse nowadays takes place majority on the internet.
Yeah.
Imagine you having no voice to that social discourse. Twitter is one of the biggest ways to get into contact directly with people. Imagine, you know, they delete you like that, and they do it all the
time. Yeah.
You know, sometimes they don't even give you a reason. I mean, there's a few YouTubers I used to follow. Guess what? Their accounts got terminated like that. Some of them didn't even get a reason.
Sometimes I sit, I get ready for the streams. I know I'm not big enough yet. Sometimes I wait. Let me log in. And anytime I have like a little error, something like, oh, they didn't got me. But I'm just waiting. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm just waiting. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure I'm not supposed to be saying this shit.
Honestly, man, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. It's one of those things where you can't really have good things.
Yeah.
You can't, man. They definitely come in to ruin it. That's why you always got to have a plan B.
Exactly. Definitely working on that, because YouTube and the way they are, I definitely know that's not it. Because that's why I stopped fucking with the Twitch things. I heard about how much they kind of crack down on certain speech, and I know when I'm playing, even though I'm not very good, I like to let it fly. So
if you aren't a woman with tits on Twitch, you have no chance. Period. That's just the honest truth, bro. They try to act like, oh well, you know, we have conduct, and you have to dress a certain way. Yeah, that accounts for the men. Yeah. The women, they'll body paint their tits wide open, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's no conduct on how you should dress when you're streaming.
Wow. That's terrible. That's terrible. Like I
said,
said,
if you're a Twitch bot, you know, you get the free ride. If you're a guy that's genuinely good at video games, you're gonna have to grind, and you have to be like Ninja. If you're not Ninja, then you're fucked. You have no chance.
Well, I definitely ain't no goddamn ninja shit. That's not even close. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay in my lane on YouTube. So I think that's where it's safe for me.
Yeah, for sure. I think what would help your channel though is like doing those like videos that you would drop like randomly, like 10 or so minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found your channel.
Okay.
I didn't find it from a stream. I found it from, like you drop a news video, and I'm like, oh, this guy, he sounds like a sensible human being. Unlike these crazy motherfuckers out here. Let me subscribe to him. Yeah. And then I found your live streams. I'm like, oh, well, this is interesting. Like, like one of them old school talk shows, whatever. Yeah. Like, what's his name? Forget. But yeah, I kind of like the idea. It was pretty cool.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, look, I've been, like I said, I've been working to get some things, because like I said, I was just having this lab, well, prior to this week, it was just something was going on. I was getting some skips and stuff in the video, so I've been working this week to get everything back in order, so I had to reset a bunch of shit, but I definitely plan on starting Monday to get back on that, dropping a lot more content heavily. So
yeah, that's cool. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it.
Already. Well, Miss Cassie Cage, as always. Look, do you game on anything? Like I say, you stream on you do Twitch or Mixer or anything like that?
The only time I really stream is when my friend wants to check out a game, and I'll stream it, and they'll watch or something like that. I don't really do all that. I just game. Okay. Yeah, I keep it simple.
Okay,
that's my hobby. I'm not the best at it. Not the worst at it, but that's just what I've been doing since I was 4 years old. That's it.
Okay. We're just making sure, like I say, because if you want to, promote yourself and put yourself out there, you want to drop your Twitch name or anything like that. I don't know if you got one.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, I mean, if anyone wants to talk to me randomly, I talk about a bunch of random shit on Twitter. Okay.
Man, you do have the best Twitter name though, Mario Kart. I'm like, how did she score that one? That's gold right there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite games. I will say one thing that's not nostalgic is that Mario Kart 8 is the best Mario Kart. I don't care what this is.
Mario Kart 8, man. I let me see. Mario. I think 64 was it for man. I don't know if I went past 60. Because I never fucked with the Wii. I've never fucked with any of the newer. I don't think I ever fucked with the GameCube either. So I think 64 was it. Super Nintendo and 64 was it. That's kind of where I fell off the Nintendo wagon, and then it's been more PlayStation and Xbox since then.
Yeah, my thing is PlayStation, but Nintendo's pretty cool. I mean, I like their Switch because it's portable. I mean, for some reason, it is kind of weird when a dude be rocking that shit, but for me, it isn't that bad to be rocking it outside of the house.
You gotta be cautious with that. People gonna question your manhood.
But
all right. Where's joystick? I see somebody talking about joystick downtown. I'm gonna check that out. But okay, Miss Cassie. Like I said again, I appreciate your call.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right.
Take care.
You too. But I'm dead serious though. That's a goal, man. I always want to get one of them sweet names. Every time I try to come up with something crafty or a cool name on the platform, it's already taken. So I just got to use my own basic ass shit. But Mario Kart is a golden Twitter name. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry about your ears. No, I hadn't played the new Far Cry. I've heard so reviews on the new Far Cry spinoff. Because that bitch was $20 for the other day. I was damn near gonna buy it, but I heard it was so. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Yeah, this Lee calling in again.
Lee, what's the motherfucking deal, Lee? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
I was just peeping. I had all the gamers calling in and everything. That tripped me out. My brother-in-law was talking about playing games back in the day. Remember the old 2-player fighting games?
Man, shit, that's when they used to go hard. I think that might be what got me started. I remember I wouldn't say got me started, but I remember I made friends. Me and my partner, we used to play with that fucking Super Street Fighter all the time on Super Nintendo. I was cheesy, though. I used to always use, what was his name? E. Honda with the hands or whatever. That's why you try to mow a motherfucker, try to do I call that shit the lawnmower, just try to slide across the screen, doing a little 100-hand slap. That's what it was called. Yeah, so that's the kind of shit I used to be on, man. But what kind of games did you fuck with? What kind of fighting games you was fucking with?
The fucked up thing about old Street Fighter games, remember when motherfuckers with turtle, they just duck down and be kicking and shit.
Oh yeah.
Or get one hard characters and shit. Get somebody that fly across the screen and shit, like them bison and shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers hate that. Nah, but we used to play that shit. That used to be our shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever play Rival Schools on PlayStation motherfucking 1?
Man, I never play. I know what you're talking about, but I never played that shit. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
That game is fucking $400. I used to bring that game out so the whole family, we used to all get together and play them fucking games. Matter of fact, like, I used to fuck everybody up in that fucking game. That shit was off the chain back in the day.
Yeah, that's wild. So what about adventure games? You fuck with just the fighting games? You fuck with adventure games, racing games? Like, what kind of shit did you mainly fuck with outside of fighting games?
Shit, like adventure games, you know, on the low, they used to have these little weird-ass games like Alundra for, like, PS1. That game was badass, but I don't think nobody heard about it. But it was like this weird-ass company where they just, like, make so many copies, and then they changed the artwork on the inside of the disc, and then they re-release it again and shit. You know, and they come back out with a different inside to the thing and shit. So it's like this weird-ass game, but that shit was fun. Yeah. I don't know how much it'd cost if everybody tried to get it on, like, you know, eBay or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, but that shit was fun. It was like an action RPG, kind of like Zelda.
Okay.
That shit was raw. They had cool artwork and shit in it, little cut scenes, but it was fun. It'd keep you busy for a while playing. But you know what's bogus her talking about? Dudes can't play on the fucking Nintendo thing and shit, but them cell phones ain't nothing but a fucking Game Boy any goddamn way.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how the hell she hating on them dudes play the game? Like, everybody got to play it. Like, how the hell she gonna find her little connection and shit? She gonna probably find some little dweeb that like to play them motherfucking games. That's probably somebody she ought to be throwing the pussy to and shit. And she sits up there looking at him like he a motherfucking square because she won't have somebody hating on her like, why you fucking around on the games? What are you doing? Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you though. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about it like, you know, it is kind of fucked up, man, because you know, you can only be like, think of how awkward does a swole motherfucker look playing on a little video game system? It's like, it's normal if, you know, you playing on a controller and you playing, you know, get on a system. But if you were playing like on a little Switch or you playing on your phone and you swole, you some fucking, I don't know, I can't think of them fucking Ronnie Coleman looking motherfuckers or something, you know. You know, you're gonna look over. There's gonna be a bias for it. You can't really get into it like that. You got to play real video games. It's like you can only get so swole. So if you're a gym rat, like as your muscles progress, your motherfucking games got to progress. You can't play motherfucking small games no more. You gotta as you level up. In real life, you gotta level up on your game system. I'm just sitting there thinking about this.
You somebody that's like 6 foot or something. If you like a big dude and stuff, like it might look kind of out of place. Yeah. But still, though, you know, if the girl's trying to pinpoint on that, if they a dweeb and playing them fucking games they motherfucking self and shit, they can't be fucking hating on nobody playing the same shit. Like, cause at least they doing something innocent and shit. That's as opposed to them doing some wild shit. Yeah. You know? It's like trying to buy world style, watching somebody getting their ass whooped or some shit like that. Like, you know? Like, I don't know. Like I think like, there's nothing wrong with innocence.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, look, y'all can talk about me if you want to. I used to fuck with some Kirby Tough, goddamn. We fucking eat one of them motherfuckers and you crunch down and turn and take their pop. Man, Kirby was hard. I don't care what nobody say. He was a puff, but that nigga was hard, goddamn. Look, y'all can talk about me if you want to. Shit, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Hey, remember last time we talked about some nostalgia shit? Remember we was talking about like ODB, and you was about to get into talking about Coolio, because you remember the music coming into play too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they turn the music off and play their games. I don't know. That's some people in the hood do. I don't know if you did that, but that's what we used to do. We turned that shit off and play the records. But we talked about like crazy looking ass rappers and shit one time and shit. You like, but now it's the perfect time to segue into that and shit and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You got a good point, man. I'm glad you brought that up because we been talking about the game. But let's talk about the music because we talk shit about some of these new young rappers and how thrown off they look. You know, I talk about the 6ix9ine and the Lil Pumps and all these other weird characters, but we can't lie and act like we didn't have weird ass characters back then. You know what I'm saying? Like that we didn't have, you know, strange. Like I said, ODB was strange in his own right. Coolio was weird. He's still weird. I'm sure, like I'm just like it's just none coming to mind, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ones. I know y'all got some, but it's a bunch of crazy looking motherfuckers. Old buddy from Digital Underground, you know what I'm saying? He was yeah, with the nose and shit. You know what I'm saying? I once got busy in the Burger King bathroom. You know, Lady Licious, what's the motherfucking deal? So already AB.
Hard. Remember, like on that one song, Sons of the P, like the last song on that record and stuff. It's a good thing that we rapping.
Yeah.
That song, peep that out. That song's some
Shock
game
G,
right there.
Yeah.
Like Shock G could spit on the low.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they was definitely underestimated, man. Yeah, Andre 3000 was weird than the motherfucker in his own. Andre 3000 might have been the weirdest of all them motherfuckers. That that motherfucker was on some other shit. Yes,
Yeah,
but he can rap. But see, the thing is, the weird motherfuckers back then actually had a little bit of flow. You know what I'm saying? But the weird motherfuckers now don't. They just weird looking.
It's totally different. Because like with Coolio, motherfuckers could be like, oh yeah, he only a one-hit wonder talking about that Gangsta Paradise. But no, fuck the bullshit.
Hey, Gangsta
Go
Paradise
back
was hard in the
and peep the cuts nobody listened to on his first album. They have Fantastic Voyage on it.
Yeah.
He had some hard-ass tracks on that fucking shit. Like Can of Corn.
Yeah.
That song was fucking hard to the motherfucker. Like, that song was deep. Like, he had some deep tracks on his shit, and he had some badass tracks. With Dub C, Down with the Mad Ass, You Know Who. That song was badass back in the day.
Okay.
Let them keep some of that shit. Like, that motherfucker could flow, but he had crazy-ass hair. He couldn't help that. He couldn't help that guy's hair grow.
He could have helped that. He wanted that weird shit. He liked that weird shit.
But that's not the same as like Lil Pump and them dressing up as an Avion bottle and shit, looking crazy with Kanye with some non sequitur ass motherfucking chorus and shit where a chick that's saying some shit and they just calling women names and shit. Like what the fuck y'all talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just weird. Oh, he's 69 and show this crazy ass fucking hair. That ain't the same. Like he had to dye his shit. Coolio shit just grew like that.
Man, let's see who else had. Coolio had a couple of hits. He had a couple of remixes. Like I said, that Fantastic Voyage, and he had another one. What's that other one he had? It wasn't a really big hit. That Too Hot. Yeah, he got a little love off that. That Too Hot is Too Hot.
Yeah. Had a message with that shit too. Like he was doing the song where he was telling everybody to get condoms and not get AIDS and whatnot. You know, so like if you think about it, he was wilding out or looking crazy, but he still was trying to like teach the shorty something. So there was a positive message even with that. Like you don't really get that out of these other motherfuckers, and you know everybody watching the show, you probably gonna get some like straight up. You're going to probably have some NY motherfuckers doing a fake version of the show with a fake version of Jay Dizzle and everybody else that be calling in. I'm just giving you a heads up, real talk and shit.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, you know the New York niggas, son, they be trying to take credit for everything, son. Say word, B.
They fucking wild, man. Told you them motherfuckers some fucking hypocrites, man.
Yeah, and shit, the hustle back then, and you know what? And that's another thing, the hustle back then, because I know it was a little situation here in Houston a couple of months back, and this is why I say it's just a different breed, a different generation. You know, back then, before you had this digital age where everything is so easy, all you got to do is really be consistent, and you know, put yourself in the right avenues. But you have contact, you have accessibility to people that you did not ever have before, or the ease of access. Like you can get people's information, you can get people's address, well not address, but you can send letters and that'll take 2 or 3 days, and you can try to make some phone calls, whatever. But now you got Instagram, you got Twitters, you got all this other stuff. But here in Houston, you know, Slim Thug was just talking about how this new generation of rappers, they're weird, you know what I'm saying? And he's just saying like, you know, that they ain't got the hustle. And so some of these young niggas start crying about, well man, y'all ain't trying to help us, you know, to really help us get on. So why y'all talking shit? Y'all ain't helping us get on. But it's like, nigga, who helped them get on? Rap wasn't even the thing to do necessarily with a lot of these old school cats. And then a lot of these dudes, you know, built their own lane. These motherfuckers was hustling out their trunk. You know what I'm saying? Selling CDs, not digital mixtape, not telling go to Dat Piff, not doing all this. They selling mixtapes out their trunk when nobody knew who they were. And you just had to break bread with them off the bear because you really had to hustle. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no...
shops and stuff and shit. You selling the shit, like talk to the person that owned the record shop to sell your tape.
Yeah. And then when it costs money, that studio time wasn't cheap. You know, because
the weird thing is and shit, like with a bunch of the young people, they don't really get on like that. That's not how they be getting on. Some of them be getting on because motherfuckers like, all right, like for real, motherfuckers be all over. They be all over like scouting, but on some bullshit. So some of them shorties be getting caught up because they like funny style. And like with the internet, it told everybody that do this, and do that. And you can get certain people to get attention drawn to you and shit. And then they buy into it. But the weird thing is, once they be getting attention from them crazy motherfuckers and shit, a lot of them will go jumping if the motherfucker tell them to jump like a bitch. Yeah, they just do it. And shit. It's like, you know, where I'm from and shit, you get your head busted and shit trying to talk to somebody crazy, saying the wrong fucking shit. So, like, that ain't for me, but once you're wrong over this, You know what I'm saying? So, the cold-blooded shit is, a lot of them little motherfuckers got MK out about this bitch. They just on some bullshit. You know, because a lot of them motherfuckers be looking for the right ones. You ain't noticing, like, a whole bunch of the motherfuckers that spit now. All of them will be on some Bill Cosby shit, dropping shit in your motherfucking drinks and shit, you know? Or, like, you know, and then who stick up for one, like Cardi B with her bullshit? Who's sticking up for Rick Ball? Talk about she a leader in the community and shit. Why? Because she dropped the most motherfucking date rape drugs in the nigga drink? Get the fuck out of here.
They giving them the game on how to do it, baby. They tell them to...
Come on. And you had that one female call in. She said straight up that's bogus. She said the only reason why a motherfucker would do some shit like that was if somebody was out of line on some bullshit, but she was on some bullshit pulling somebody in. You know what I'm saying? Or she straight up get somebody somewhere and drop some shit on it. But he talking about it like it's the whole thing. Now, from my point of view, with me knowing what I know about the industry and shit, straight up, some people buy into some of the bullshit. Like some of them shorties that got in and shit, they be doing crazy ass shit just to try to fucking get a record, and motherfuckers will prop them up. Because you know there's a such thing as a shadow ban. If you on the outskirts and your shit legit, and two motherfuckers connected with some of them shady motherfuckers start beefing, you know they could cut your fucking shit off and your views will go backwards, sideways, and crazy. Like, I had bras calling me up telling me, they like, I'm looking at one of your songs, the fucking views was at one set of numbers. Now all of a sudden it's going at another. The shit fucking keep going up and going down and shit. And you wouldn't believe, like, what motherfuckers, like, was connected to that shit. Because of the New York dudes that I knew. I got a beat from a New York dude, and I found out they fucking scared the shit out of one of the biggest rappers everybody liked. But his ass shady than a motherfucker. He had this song, Barry Bonds and shit, right? On the song, he said some wild-ass shit that pissed off some guy in New York.
Yeah.
So when the dude flew out to New York, they stepped to him. Now, me and this motherfucking rapper from the same city, but he older than me. I ain't hang with that motherfucker. I don't know his motherfucking ass. And he not really from our motherfucking hood, despite what the fuck he fucking say. I don't give a fuck. He ain't from our hood. Yeah. He's not from there. I'm from there. But he front like he's from there and shit, and he do know a couple motherfuckers from the area and shit. That's legit. But when he fucking flew out to New York his damn self to go through his shit, he didn't come back to get nobody that I fucking know, and them motherfuckers spit good to this day. No. So I'm just saying that. But look, this motherfucker got mad because I knew some of them New York motherfuckers that stepped to him. Okay. That wasn't my fault, though. That wasn't my fucking fault.
Why you ain't get them people up off of it, man?
What's up?
I say, why you ain't get them people up off of it, man? Why you let them step to that man?
No, I thought every fucking track that I ever put online was responsive back to them because they had this thing called Good Friday.
Yeah.
And every Friday they was dissing me, and they was dissing the dude that was the leader of them motherfuckers in New York and shit, right? And I caught on to something. I was the only person responding back. And the fucked up thing is ghostwriter from my neighborhood, but he legit from the neighborhood, right? So the fucking ghostwriter, he comes out there and does a song with the old school rappers that joined after I started doing songs with the leader of that crew's fucking cousin, because his cousin make beats and do videos and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, they met me during a Loud Records contest. They had a contest for Loud Records and shit, right? And there was this freestyle thing that happened, and I tore up the dude that won the 4th round. Like, I didn't even fucking chart as one of the best motherfucking rappers, but I destroyed the motherfucker that won. This motherfucker named Dale Bugatti. He got his ass whooped so fucking bad in that fucking freestyle fucking battle shit that he changed his motherfucking name, deleted his account and shit. I fucking fucked him up. But they was like telling me, they was like, you know what, you the first person from your fucking area in the Midwest to do what you did, man. Just come fly down here in a year, everybody will know you. I'm thinking like, oh damn, that sounds tight. We know this person, and in a year everybody knows. That ain't good. That shit seems like it sounds good when the motherfucker telling you that shit on the phone, but that ain't good, because if all of them motherfuckers some haters and shit, you be having all types of contract hits and all types of weird shit going on and shit, and if you say something and you get shadow banned, motherfuckers can't see your fucking point of view, so you just be on the outskirts and shit on some bullshit. Yeah. So, you know, that's one thing that a lot of people don't take into account. And everybody ain't built like that. Some motherfuckers don't got no muscle behind their hustle. They can't box. Motherfuckers can't scrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if some motherfuckers crazy and be trying to pop the first time anything happens, so it's a wrap. So if the motherfuckers is, like, locked in like that, like, they waiting for you to do some shit like that. So you just be up in jail on some bullshit. Like, fucking, like, you notice how they did Max B? Max B fucking could spit his ass off. Yeah. Where Max B at?
You still locked up? Or did he get out? I thought he got out.
Yeah, if they let him out, but look how long he done fucking did, because they wouldn't pay him his money, and he was ghostwriting.
Yeah, that's some whole ass shit. That's some whole ass shit. Well, here's the deal, Lee, man. Look, man, you know, I appreciate some of the game. We're gonna let folks get some calls in about some of this nostalgia, baby. Like I said, we're gonna have to chop it up about some more of this inside knowledge that you got, man.
Oh shit, I wasn't even meaning to talk about that. I was trying to talk about Coolio and shit. How the hell you get me to talk about this other shit?
That's how the den be shaking, man. It just shake like that sometimes, man. You know, it go down like that.
Yeah. All right, stay up there.
I already appreciate it, Lee. Everybody say we try to chop it about Kool-Aid. We went to a whole nother conversation, man. That's how I be on that same shit though. I be trying to talk about one thing, I be in a whole nother conversation. Man. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I'm trying to show y'all some of the new little commands that's been going on, and I'm still working on some other stuff. I got to get a couple of them back fixed. You know, I'm trying to get everything back, and I'm trying to get the DN back live. I know, you know, I know that, like I said, y'all was asking about commands and shit, so I was trying to get them back right. I knew this nigga DeMarcus was a Cardi B fan. I know Nate had asked about, damn, I'm top 2. Okay, I'm 1 and 2. But I know Nate had asked about Drake. I'm not a fan of Drake. Y'all seen Drake trying to box? There's zero love between I gave power 6 foot German women raising artists. Ain't that a bitch? That's fucked up. Ain't no love. If y'all seen him trying to box with that old man, if y'all seen the comment sections on that shit was hilarious. They was going in on this nigga talking about he's soft and that nigga can't hit, he ain't got no hand. They talking about the nigga, the trainer throwing the pads at him so it looked like he got some pop to his shit. Like, motherfuckers was going in on motherfucking Drake. They was talking bad about that motherfucker, man. That shit was fucking hilarious. That shit was real fucking hilarious. I gotta figure out why the other one ain't working because it's doing a. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so I gotta try it like that. Drake versus Conor in a boxing ring. That would not be ideal. Would not be ideal. So let's get back to it, man, because we done jumped off on some other stuff. Nostalgia, man, but I'm surprised. Not a lot of fun. Lee brought up some music, but we haven't talked a lot about music. We talked about games and gaming. I think that's a very interesting conversation because, I think games have a big impact on people's lives. Only 65%? That's fucked up. That's barely up. I don't even think that's a passing grade. That's not even what is that, a D? I don't even know. You say that statement is pretty accurate. But you gotta love yourself, man. Oh man, I know a lot of people, we caught some flack because this is some old Kush Deal conversation. And I know some folks were mad at me because I said that Bone Thugs was one of the original mumble rappers, right? And this was a conversation me and Shaq Kush had. He was like, hell no. Because I think it was a conversation with Migos and Bone Thugs were, you know, I forgot what they were saying. They were talking about best music groups or best rap groups or some shit like that. But, man, I'm telling you, you don't have to like it. I'm not saying it's something I liked saying, but let's be honest. Somebody, try your best right now and be honest with yourself. Spit a fucking Bone Thugs verse without mumbling through. And you go mumble through a couple of parts because you didn't know what the fuck they were saying. You know, it's not hating. It's not knocking. I still jam the fuck out some Bone Thugs. You know, Mo Murder, all that good shit, you know. I miss my Uncle Charles. I ain't even got no fucking Uncle Charles, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, this is not hating. You know what I mean? This ain't hating on them. Let me fix this light here a little bit up. You know, it's not hating on them. I'm not knocking them. I love Bone Thugs music. But let's be honest, Bone Thugs was a little mumble rappy, you know? They was harmonizing, but they was mumbleizing too at the same time. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Man, that's like me and you finna fight.
No, you don't want no problem.
I cannot believe that you are trying to say that Bone and what?
Okay, so why not? So why is Bone not? So spit a Bone Thugs verse for me. What you got? I know you got something.
Okay, maybe I can't, okay. But that's not even the point.
And why can't you?
Because if you look up the lyrics, at least these motherfuckers have lyrics. Okay, I'm talking about you know what I'm saying? They saying whole sentences. They just say it really, really fast. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Twister and Busta Rhymes. You know, stuff like that. I mean, you can understand what they're saying. Amigos, you don't understand what they mumbling their damn self. They not even finishing the sentences. They just make it sound good. I mean, that's a big, big difference. Okay. You can't. No.
All I'm saying, yeah, Twister. I don't put Twister in that category. I wouldn't necessarily put Buster. Buster was on some different. I'm just saying. I'm not knocking the fast rapping. I am a fan. I'm not really a fan of this newer age stuff. All I'm saying is Bone Thugs, there was a little bit of difficulty. Being able to go and look up the lyrics to understand what they're saying should not be a caveat. It should be, if I listen to their music without having to go look up some, can I repeat it? Can I understand what they're saying? And 90%
I can
of
understand
people,
what they saying.
man,
I just can't repeat it because I ain't fast enough. So I'll be stuttering and shit, and I'll be like,
but you can even repeating it without the same level of speed that they're using. Even if you were just to repeat it, just repeat what they're saying.
That's hard. I can't even do Eminem's God. What's his shit? Rap God. I can't even do that shit, and some people can. But that's not fair. You can't say specifically me because I can't rap fast. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying even if you were just to speak it, even if it was just like you were just reciting how we're having a conversation, if you were just to repeat the lyrics in a casual tone without the same speed that they were, just pronouncing the words with a little bit of clarity, I don't think that if given everybody should be pretty familiar with like maybe first of the month. So could you recite a first of the month verse? I mean, without having not having no speed, just would you be able to rapper's delight without having not having to do no speedy shit, just being able to recite the words. Like, I don't need the same cadence, just the words.
Oh man, no. I was just thinking about that shit too. I'm thinking about the first damn. No, I can't.
And that's all I'm saying.
But they are saying words. That's the difference.
I'm not saying they not. I'm not saying I disliked it. I'm a Bone Thugs fan. Bone Thugs is Bone and Biggie. No, that was one of the greatest fucking songs. Hey,
oh, that was my shit right there.
But all I'm saying is, them niggas in that day and age, they were a little difficult to understand compared to the general rap population. And so again, like I said, I'm not dissing. It's not a diss. They were just
okay. Maybe okay. I could maybe agree on that, but at the same time, I could still understand what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Amigos, I don't understand shit they saying. You know, because everybody do that song, especially when they first came up. What's it? Beginning. Everybody was doing that shit because that's what they really doing. They ain't saying nothing.
Who's that? Young Thug. That's Young Thug and
Young Thug. I don't see. They all sound alike.
But that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I really hate.
But here's my thing, though. But you're missing the point of the argument because this is what I'm saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong because I think they do the same shit. We were talking about the formula earlier, but what I'm saying is not necessarily comparing Bone Thugs to Migos. We're just saying, was Bone Thugs the first mumble rap because they were difficult to understand before mumble rap was a genre? Oh man,
I don't see how you figure that because I can understand what they're saying just because I can't mimic what they're saying. I know if you listen to first of the month, I guarantee you can understand everything that they saying. You have to. You can't tell me you can't hear everything they saying.
No, I can't.
For real, Honcho?
I can give you about 72 to 79% of clarity in what they're saying, but there are parts where Crossroads and First of the Month and fucking East 99, whatever you want to, any of this shit. There's parts where you just like, huh, what? And I've gone back and read the lyrics. I said, oh, that's what that nigga said. I was saying something completely different. If motherfuckers can't get the lyrics, come on, man. People can't get the lyrics to Good Times right. So you tell me motherfuckers understand everything that they saying on some goddamn Bone Thugs. Come on, man. All I'm saying is that.
Listen, but see, everybody do that, though, because, like, for the longest, you know that song, I Believe in Miracles. You know what I'm talking about? That song, right? My mama thought they said milk on for like the fucking longest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody fucks with words now, so that's not even a comparison. But it could be like the simplest shit, and you be like, oh, damn, I was fucking that all up, you know? But I don't know, man. I used to listen to East 1999 for like, oh, my God. I was listening to that whole damn CD while I was playing Donkey Kong. Hell yeah. Damn, that was my shit though. But hell no. I just can't in any way compare them to Amigos or Young Thug or anything like that. Because honestly, to me, they whack. I I would listen to my own CD and my own, YouTube list and stuff like that before I listen to the radio. It might be some hot shit now that's out there, but I wouldn't even know because I don't even waste my time. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm stuck in my own, generation or whatever you want to call it, but it's just not the same. It's like totally different. Even when Chingy and shit was out, it's like totally different than, than what it is now, like early 2000s and shit like that. Some of that shit was hot, even though it was a lot of one-hit wonders. But I don't know, man. I can't even compare it to now. That's, I don't know. So I'll be on that same phrase again. I don't like it.
So what I'm saying is, what you got to do though is you got to disassociate the way you feel about mumble rap music with what I'm saying.
Hell no, you can't, because music is supposed to be what you can relate to, and that's why I love R&B and stuff like that, because most of them songs I can, pretty much relate to it, and or it's like feel good music and. Shit that you want to jam out to or whatever and sing along with. And if I can't do that, then it's not fun. I mean, music's supposed to make you feel some type of way. But if I can't, if I can't understand what the hell you're saying, how am I supposed to enjoy it? By beats? Then I might as well listen to instrumentals.
Man, all I'm saying is, look, you can start, you should start rapping now. I mean, go ahead and start that Ladylicious on the
I
mic.
Might.
I mean, it's the thing to do now. But all I'm saying
I wish I did have that, shit. Man, I wish I had talents like that, but
man,
I don't.
You ain't got to have talent nowadays. Motherfuckers, they write the shit for you. Everything else is done for you. All I'm saying is this. I was just looking at the lyrics of First of the Month and playing it in my head as we go, right? That is
gonna make me look it up.
And again, like as I listen to it, yeah, it makes sense because I can hear it as I'm reading it. But I'm gonna be honest, that's not what I'm hearing when I'm hearing the song. That's not what I'm thinking. These niggas just said some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But as I'm reading the lyrics, I'm like, okay, cool, it makes sense. But no, it's not what's happening. It's not what's happening.
Okay, true. Okay. Now that right. Okay. All right. Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay. You're right. I'm looking at that shit too now. Like, oh damn, I didn't know they said that shit.
Yeah, Tennessee whiskey. Hey, that Chris Staples.
That's bad.
I'm telling you,
that is so bad. Oh snap!
I'm telling you, man. That's all I'm saying is. All I'm telling you is that they say.
Okay, but can it just for sake of argument, can it just be because they just rap fast? I mean, I don't know, because like I said, Twister and Buster, they rap pretty damn fast, and you can understand what they saying.
There was much more clarity to what the. See, I'll give Bone Thugs the benefit of the doubt by saying they were trying to harmonize as opposed to just outright rapping, but it was still difficult to understand, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was bad. I'm not saying that it was terrible. I enjoyed the music, but them niggas had some shit where it was a little bit of difficulty in comprehending exactly what they were trying to get across to really understand the message that they were trying to put out there. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, maybe, but I mean, I guess you understood enough though to. I don't know.
You was fine with it. And that's what these youngsters are doing now. They understand just enough to kind of fuck with it, even though the shit is garbage to us. We like, man, how do you like? Because the thing is, we have variety. Like, you couldn't rap like another motherfucker, and call yourself an artist back then. You had to have some originality.
Oh, you right.
But now it's like, oh, that dude made a hit, so I'm gonna copy the same recipe he used, and then I'm gonna make my shit. I'm just change a couple of words up, and you get on, or at least you get you a little one hit, and then you fall off, or whatever else you do after that. But all it is now is, some shit like that. You can say some whatever, and people gonna rock with it. The beat's right for such and for such and for such, for such and for such. Like, you ain't got to talk about shit, And so, am I mad at it? No, I'm just not gonna fuck with it. I'm cool on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I can't rock with that shit. Drake is the one. Don't get me started on Drake and his whole imitation.
For real, right?
Imitation.
Because it ain't underground no more. It's underwater. Like,
Yeah, damn, that's fucked up. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I mean, you see what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm not knocking them. I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying that the music was difficult to understand. Like you fuck with what you fuck with. The shit was jamming, but it was not clear and concise. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that it was bad music. It was just a little mumbly. It's not knocking them, and it's not saying that they're equivalent to this generation of music. They just might have been one of the first ones to start that little style, you know, or at least a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have a hit right there.
You right. I give you that, Honcho. Okay, because I was going to say we're going to have to box one day for real, because I thought you was trying to compare like that. You can't compare back then to now. Like, not even R&B, like nothing is the same at all anymore. Like, it's so crazy. And like you said, anybody can fucking get a track now. Yeah. And shit. And back then it was a challenge, especially when you had people like, you know what I'm saying, Tupac and, you know, Biggie and, you know, one of the biggest fews or whatever type people. But, I mean, yeah, that shit's crazy. Eazy-E, like, you had to be better than them or even close to even come out. And now it's like, it could be anybody. You're right. I might need to make but like they said, we might need to make a Den track.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
might get some hits.
We're gonna start. That's how we're gonna get some followers. Gonna do a Den mixtape. That's why, because, you know, YouTube ain't promoting shit. They don't want to show me no love. They like, man, this motherfucker, he be talking bad about folks. He be cussing too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what he be on. He be hating on everybody. It ain't hating. I'm just inquisitive. I'm just trying to understand. I'm not hating on nobody, but, you know, people who perceive it the wrong way. Had some Cardi B fans attacking the nigga and shit. Fuck Cardi B, goddamn it. But you know, so we gonna have to drop this mixtape.
I don't like her. I do not like Cardi B.
Man,
the only reason why I listen to some stuff of hers is because she on somebody else's track.
Yeah, you know, you got the first Cardi mixtape. You got the Cardi How to Strip DVD. You got the what, I don't know what else Cardi got. You probably got some Cardi B pajamas and shit. You know, you a Cardi fan. It's all right. You ain't got to. You know,
no, fuck, I'm not. Hell no.
Oh, man.
Hell, oh, Honcho. You don't even know me at all. I'm so.
Okay, I'm just saying. I don't know. You know,
I'm hurt now. I can't believe you said that.
I thought you might have been a Cardi fan.
Cardi B pajamas.
You might have been Cardi lady over there. You know.
Hell, shit.
Cardi A.
See, you made me not even want to drink Bacardi no more just because of that damn comment. That's some bullshit.
Damn, that's crazy.
Right? Nah, man, I don't like her. I didn't even know I'm kind of confused on what her race is really, because when she first came out with that red bottom shoes and, you know, her video, I really thought she was an Indian chick coming out, because she kind of had like an accent to her, you know, and then a lot of people was trying to say that was the Catch Me Outside girl, and I was like, ain't no more, hell no.
God damn. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Like I said, I think she's supposed to be of some type of Hispanic descent, but, you know, I don't know. I have no idea.
Right, maybe.
I don't know. I don't rock with none of them.
Ain't no telling. She might be a mutt. Who knows?
That's
something, a little everything.
You should have started off.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was just saying.
I knew it, y'all. I tried to not fucking with you. I'm just saying that shit too. I'll be talking about motherfuckers.
Oh shit. All right, Honcho. Well, you. All right, I have to agree with you. See, okay. I hate talking to you because you always end up being somewhat right. I say somewhat.
I'm just saying,
women always got to be right, so I give you a little bit.
I can't give you no credit for just because that last statement you added in, I ain't giving you. I'm taking zero credit for that.
That was not my fault. That was some bullshit. I was mad at that. And you talking about I had something nice to say too, and I was like, yeah, well, I was waiting to hear, you know, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got online and shit? I ain't hear nothing. I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard like something like faded, like, hello. And I was like, well, shit, that ain't fucking working. So I hung up. And then you didn't answer. You was ranting and raving. You was like, fuck that phone.
Yeah, see, because I was trying to extend the den for you and everything. Ain't that? See how people do y'all, see how people do y'all, man. You try to show some love in the den, they hang up on you. That's the hang up on the that's what this is.
Nah, you roamed yourself. That's what happened.
I won't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, I swear to God, I put my hand on the Bible. See, I swear, I don't know what you gonna do.
Oh, man. That's
I think I deserve an apology because thank God my phone ain't prepaid because that would have been wasted money.
So you deserve an apology for something that didn't actually occur, because if it would have been, but
yeah,
it's not.
because for what? Okay, the last time I called, okay, before that one, you roamed me, so I had to start like a whole, 3-minute conversation all over again, and by then I had already lost my hype on what I was talking about, so I probably sounded like corny as hell, trying to restate shit. And then this time you roaming yourself and I couldn't even hear you. You made me hang up, you know what I'm saying? But I called right back and you didn't even answer. So yeah, I feel like I need an apology. And then talking about I was going to say something nice. No, you need to go ahead and say something nice.
I forgot what it was at this point. I don't know about that. I'm offended.
That's fucked up.
This is the day and age of offense. I'm offended by you wanting an apology. That's how it is, man.
Oh hell no! But I'm supposed to be your favorite German. See what I want, I should get to a certain extent.
I don't know if that's ever worked
What?
with anyone that's tried to suggest that to me. I don't think that has ever worked.
I'm always nice to you though, Honcho.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the kindness. Trust me, I do.
I do, because I always talk about those dreads. I'll be like, look at that boy. God damn. Ooh, they curly today. Oh, they braided up today. Look at that shit.
Look. Now, didn't you say your old man was growing some dreads?
I just started them motherfuckers. Damn right.
Okay, so you can't even say too much.
They about shoulder length right now.
It's a thing called dread envy out there. I'm telling you, this is a real thing. Okay, so look, don't be talking to. I don't want to be the cause of a happy home. Getting broken up over a little bit of dread envy. You feel me?
Oh my God! Don't act like that. No, you don't get broken up, okay?
Okay.
Don't get big headed.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just telling you what I know good. That's all I'm saying, man. But all right, Mr. Listen, okay, I got another question for you though before we get ready to wrap.
Okay, what's it?
So we're talking about nostalgia today, and I know you're offended by the Bone Thugs. What other nostalgic moments in your life that you could compare to? What was good back then that is no longer good now?
Oh man, damn! Shit. I don't know. Like I was just talking about the shit the other day. How I used to be able, to go outside and hang out with my friends and all this and that kind of stuff. Because even though the world's always been dangerous, but it just didn't seem as bad then than it does now. So I do, or maybe it was where I was at. I don't know, but it's so much different. I don't know. I still miss back in the day, and I have to say mainly music because I'm such a music fan. Like that's what I do. Like cleaning, whatever. Ride to work, I'm jamming out. Whatever. Like music has always been there. So that's like, to me, that's the main thing that just bothers me, really, because everything else, and it's too much technology. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. It's way too much, and it takes away from people actually, like my kids going outside playing and stuff like that, but it's like a 50-50 thing, like I said. Like, I'm kind of scared to let them be out there, and at the same time, I want them to be out there, to be active. So it's like, God damn it. Man, I don't know what to do.
I honestly don't think it's that bad. I think what it is because we see so much more these days. It's not like things weren't happening. Things were happening, they were happening. But because we see so much more, because what I don't understand is how we have more cameras, we have more access, we have all these things going on. How is it worse? I think we're just more aware than we used to. Like, I think if people stop tuning in to the national, maybe outside of politics and policies that impacted them, but if we stop listening to news of what's happening, say we in Texas and we listen to news of what's happening in California, because we know they fucking all kind of shit up over there. They doing some crazy laws and you can't have plastic straws and shit. Or we listening to some bullshit that's happening in New York or
I
something
agree.
like that. You know, but if we just focus on wherever your area is, and you really look and pay attention to how bad. Now, some places it's gonna be bad. Some places it's gonna be. You probably want to look at somebody else's news because your local news might be bad. But what I'm saying is, if you focus more on your own area, I don't think it's as bad as people want to make it. And let me fix this. But I think that's just what it is. So I don't think it's as bad. I think you can let your kids go. But again, like I said, it depends on your area. And shit do be happening. There's some shit that don't make the news. But so I'm kind of contradicting myself. But it was just like it's too much awareness now. It's like there's too many tools, too many things. Like I don't think it's as bad. I think people just because they what's the word I'm looking for? They basically just aggregate everything in the one, like everything is just happening in one location, and that one location is their mind, but it's really spread out all over the world. So they're taking all that bad shit that they're aware of and applying it to their current situation, and I really don't think it's that bad. So I think that's all.
Oh, Honcho.
What happened?
Okay, can I ask you something? I mean, it's gonna be like. Not unless you want me to call back some other time, but it's like totally off the subject. But it's something that I found out, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it, I guess. So you got a moment? Like, can I spit y'all something real quick and maybe get some advice, or should I call back another time about it?
I ain't said it ain't been looking too. It ain't looking like nobody been really trying to call it. Go ahead, drop what you got.
Okay, cool. So. All right, so I just moved my job to a different store, okay? So I kind of already knew what I was getting myself into because it's a lot, different from the stores and, it's like in the lower ratings. I'm supposedly there to help out type shit, And, so there's this chick that works there. I know her husband because he actually came and worked at a store with us or whatnot, and I call him Water Boy because he talks like Water Boy. He got like that baby lisp, slow shit or whatever. He act kind of like a deep, but I guess he not because he a manager. So I mean, I can't even say nothing. What? I gotta explain what type of person he is before I get into this other shit, okay? You gotta have the visual.
Hold on, I can't breathe. Hold on. Acts like a what?
When you say a DDD.
A DDD? What is a DDD?
A DDD, yeah, motherfucker,
Okay.
DDD, yeah.
Okay,
like,
that shit caught me so. I had to process, and it was like, because I knew what you said, but then I had to, okay, all right.
Get yourself together, because that shit really tickled your ass.
I was trying to be serious and really listen to what's going on, and then it just, man, I got caught with a right. I wasn't expecting it, man. Okay, go ahead.
Right, what I'm saying, but you get my drift, though, right? You see, okay, so you got the visual, but this dude is okay.
Yes,
so
I got you.
All right, so I already don't like him anyway, whatever. And so apparently his wife works there, but they're not together. He's got another girlfriend that works at a Domino's as well, and they all live in the household together.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I kind of figured, oh, hell, I'm going to go to this job, and it's his wife, so I'm like, what kind of woman or person is she that's dealing with that type of person? Maybe she a DDD too, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, but something got to be off if you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think DDDs kind of come together, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, all right, let me stop being mean. Okay, so anyway, I get there. Everything is actually kind of cool. She, she don't seem that bad or nothing like that, so... But she want to tell me her life story and shit. So I'm just like, okay, I really don't want to know this. But okay, whatever. So she's supposedly pregnant now and, using that as an excuse to not have to lift heavy things and all this and that kind of stuff. She claims she ain't never had no kids, that she actually miscarried. all her other pregnancies and this first pregnancy or whatever now that she's been able to carry it for so long, right? So anyway, me and another coworker, we was talking about this shit. As soon as I said that shit, he was like, Angela, hold on. So he, he pulled up her Facebook, and she got 2 kids. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, but let me tell you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look up this article. And while I'm looking this up, let me tell you, we had a whole full-blown on conversation. She got 2 kids. One of them, she had 3. The baby died. Okay, so she was telling him that that she had asked her, separated husband to watch the baby or whatever, and supposedly while he was feeding the baby, he was not paying attention, and the baby choked and died. Damn. So, she was like, while she was telling the story to the dude or whatever, like she was boohoo crying. He even started boohoo crying, because he felt so bad for her about the whole situation, and I was like, damn. But in the same sense, I was still already kind of like mad because, like, why would you even lie and say you ain't even got no kids? So I didn't even understand, what I'm saying, what the hell was going on. And so he looks up this article and he was like, yeah, she told me that it was on the news. And he was like, I got high after I went home and stuff like that. And I was just wondering, what the hell the news was going to say. So I'm reading the shit. And it says nothing on how she said it. Like, it really made my mouth drop in disgust of this woman. So what the article pretty much says is that social services was called on them from a neighbor because they were nasty. They wasn't watching their other 2 children. They be playing outside halfway in the damn streets and, yard dirty, and you can supposedly smell their house from a couple of blocks down and blah, 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 blah. So she called social services on them, right?
Now,
the social services case,
Dirty House is the man manager's girlfriend now?
Oh, no, all 3 of them live together.
Okay. So now it's a new Dirty House.
Yeah, okay. They all in the same household. Okay. So, but yeah, that's the wife that I work with now is the wife, and he manages another store, and the girlfriend, she's just a delivery driver. Well, she quit and got fired at the same time. So yeah. Anyway. But so the article states that caseworker went in there. She seen it was a probable cause, for her to take the children. But for some stupid reason, she did not take the kids that day. Yeah. So I guess I'm guessing, that she went back, to build up her case, to be able to take the kids from them. But in between that time, it stated that the baby had passed away due to, negligence and, the fumes and stuff like that from cat piss and dog shit and, stuff like that being in the house, because that's a real big health hazard, especially for young children. Their immune system can't handle that. So they're saying that's why the baby died. Now, when the baby died, she did not call the police. The only reason why they found out that their baby had died is because SSI came back to get the kids. And that's when they found out. And mind you, this was like 3-4 days later. So she kept that baby in the crib, dead, for 3-4 days. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, to me, honest, and then what make it so bad, the social worker ended up getting fired. Now, she ain't getting no repercussions or, nothing like that, the mother and that family, they, nothing happened to them. But the social worker got fired because she didn't take the kids right away when she went there the first time. So I'm not really 100% sure, you know what I'm saying, why she didn't. Like I said, I thought it was because she was building a case maybe, you know. But I guess the police and stuff like that seen it was necessary that she should have taken them that right then and there. It was that bad and nasty in that house. So my dilemma is, you know, I'm kind of looking at it like pretty much like the Casey Anthony case, you know, because I'm like, me personally, if something happened to my child, okay, she or he is not going to be laying there for no 3-4 days for one. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I realized that my baby was not breathing, I would be calling 911, you know, or somebody to help me figure out if I can do something to resuscitate my child, or, you know what I'm saying, to help my child. Like, I would be doing something. And then on top of which, then she say that she's pregnant now and made a comment of that, what she say? Oh, that she knows that SSI is going to be watching her, so she's not telling nobody, you know, she's not going to the doctors or nothing like that, which is already a lie because she claims she went to the doctors and they put her on, you know, that 10-pound weight limit shit or whatever. But she say that she's scared to go to the doctors, and when she have the baby, she's going to hide the baby. And I'm sitting over here thinking, like, what you mean you going to hide the baby? Like, you going to keep her in the closet? You know, like, what you mean? Like, you already left your baby sitting there for 4 days, and now you talking about you going to hide him. And I really want to, like, slap the shit out of this bitch, but then at the same time, like, you know, I'm at work. I'm trying to be professional. But on a personal level, like now, I really can't stand this bitch. So, like, how do you feel about that?
That shit's tough. That shit's super tough. Man, I'm going to be honest, like, I'd probably be a scumbag about the whole situation. But, you know, like I say, you want to keep your job, and I understand how it goes when you dealing with people in society. Because if you really start speaking your real feelings, they're going to make like you the bad guy. You know, in the employment place, and, you know, try to run you up out of kid. You go back to your old building? I mean, shit. Man,
I know. That's what I've been screaming this whole time, because they should just totally out of whack. And I said that, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's gotten to the point where I don't feel comfortable because, like you said, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, we just going to bump heads, and I'm going to say some shit that I shouldn't say. But in my heart, I feel like I should say, because to me, it just seems like I don't know, like, if you're going to lie about the story, then, you know, I mean, like, the motherfucker that brought it to my attention, I was like, dog, you shouldn't even told me.
Here's the deal, like, so you got a couple of things going on here. And, yeah, I see people saying report, but I'd say fuck it. I'd make sure, like, I'd keep an eye on that shit. I'd be reporting, snitch and telling, because whatever you call me a snitch if you want to, that baby deserves better than you. What I don't understand is who the fuck keep knocking motherfuckers up like. And this is what I say, man.
Right.
This is what I say is why the world. This is why America. This is why the country is where we are, because, you know, they say intelligent people tend to plan out their kids. They have them longer. Sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you have them younger or whatever. But people are more planned. But it's them real off the wall dingbats that just don't know nothing else to do with themselves, and so they just get knocked up. It's one thing if you fucking fuck, go ahead, fuck all you want to. I don't give a shit about that, but wrap the shit up. You know, use pregnancy, Plan B, do whatever. Don't use pregnancy, but use Plan B, condoms, contraception, whatever the fuck, the Uberine, get your shit for second, whatever the fuck you got to do. But for these motherfuckers to keep sitting here and popping these fucking kids out, man, popping these kids out, and these kids end up impoverished, malnutrition, you know, suffering. And, you know, then you got other people who end up having to bear the burden of this shit. And it's like, it's fucked up, because then, you know, like I say, the baby died, and you left it in the thing. Like, one,
That's what I'm saying. And you know what, Honcho? And that's not even the first time I've heard about, because that was my same question. Like, how the fuck is she still out? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I thought, negligence and stuff like that is a felony.
I thought so too.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's why the baby died, is due to negligence.
Neglecting to clean your house, neglecting to take care of it, neglecting to do anything. But what I'm saying is, one, if the house that funky, if the house that dirty, I know the pussy stank. So who is fucking that? Like,
well, hello. That's why I told you that motherfucker had deep to deep. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
then it's just
he got to be doing something.
Well, then the thing about that too is why I looked up D to D on the Urban Dictionary, and it's actually a definition. There'd be some other shit don't have no definition, and that shit actually had a fucking definition. I can't believe that shit. But my thing is, it's just like, come on, man. Like, I mean, all bullshit to the side. Like, as soon as she had that baby needs to be taken by the state or by the adoption agency or whatever, and somebody need to go ahead and hide her motherfucking ass. And I'm gonna leave that like that.
There was Honcho, I swear to God, because this was on the news. There was a lady that rolled over her child. That was in the bed, rolled over the child and suffocated the child and killed the baby, right? Yeah. So, of course, they see it as an accident and, blah, 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 put that woman through therapy and everything else, you know what I'm saying? She gets pregnant. She has another child and did the same exact fucking thing to that child. This shit happened 3 times. 3 times, and I swear to God, it's in the news. The shit happened 3 times before they finally did something to this woman and, you know what I'm saying, actually, locked her up and stuff like that. But even then, she wasn't locked up for that long. And I'm talking about the first time, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But the second and third time, like, that's some bullshit. That bitch should have been arrested definitely after the second time, because now you just having babies because either one, you know what I'm saying, you can't close your motherfucking legs, or 2, because you're not, you're not making it safety, and then 3, last resort is fucking abortion, and you obviously can't, afford that. So, and that would be my last resort. But I'm just saying.
Shit, I mean, you might
come on
have
now.
An abortion if you killing them. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. Look, man, and I tell you, because I don't have no biological kids, and one, I'll tell you why I know that decision coming up until this point. I'm selfish, and I didn't. But the relationship I'm in, I've embraced it, and I love it, and I think everything is cool. But God damn, you have options, man. Like, if you know that you're not ready to have, why are you fucking doing it? Like, it's a conversation we gonna have to say, look, this
for real, because that shit really pisses me off. That's crazy.
Man, like I say, we're gonna have to dedicate a den to topics like this, because this shit does happen way too often. I remember, I want to say it was in Indiana or some shit like that, a similar situation would happen, and the people left that baby basically rotting in that fucking that little baby hanger thing, where they sit back and rock back and forth in.
Oh, for real. Oh,
this shit happens a lot more often than it needs be, but Okay.
And it's a shame, because and honestly, I just can't look at her the same, because like I said, 911 would have been my first motherfucking call, and there's no way that I would have had my baby sitting in that crib for 3 days looking at her, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I can't understand. You know what I'm saying? Me and you can have, disputes, and even, people in the den and in the chats and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But you can understand. So this bitch, I don't understand. Casey Anthony, I cannot understand. Like, you talking about, oh, that's what your parents did to your dog and your pets or whatever, is fucking take them up and bury them. Bitch, that was not a motherfucking pet. That was your motherfucking child. And then on top of which, you know what I'm saying, you going out partying the next motherfucking day and shit. You all up on fucking Facebook. Like, that bitch should have not been able to get. That bitch should have had a death sentence. For real, for real.
Yeah, and I know adoption is bad. There's a lot of fucked up motherfuckers in adoption, but damn, if a parent is like that, you damn near might as well take the gamble. There's motherfuckers that just don't need to be around kids, period. They don't need to be adopting because they using them for whatever little hoe ass money they get. And these people don't need to be having, like I say, just need to stop fucking. Like if you can't, like look.
Adoption.
Busting nut is a great feeling, all right. But if your pull-out game is weaker, you just feel like you just gotta bust in the push. Like man, you better get you some protection, get you some birth control, get you get whatever the fuck needs. I mean, we need to get a combination of tools going on, man. Like it's too much, man. It's too much fucking shit going on. It's like it's too many options these days. Motherfuckers just fucking and coming and they just hopping from one motherfucker to the next, and then it's just too much bullshit. Like that shit right there. See, goddamn it, Lady Liz,
my bad.
Go scrap. See, we was having a good time. It was on a high note, and then you just I
know, but look, I was trying to give some advice.
Man, look, this is what you got to do. You catch that motherfucker slipping on late night, beat her ass, and then throw in a dumpster somewhere because she's trash. And
my bad.
But no, you gotta.
I ain't mean to dampen your mood, Honcho. I just needed some advice because this shit been heavy, and I haven't seen her since I heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would just do my best. I mean, that's probably a good thing, but do your best to avoid. And if she is going to be there or in your presence, keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on things and try to keep it, report what you can. I mean, that's just for the good of the child because honestly, if it'd be foolish to think it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And especially if she lied about shit, talking about she ain't had no kids before and you had all the like, that bitch is cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? But also I appreciate you introducing me to a new word that I may have to implement to my repertoire, which is the DTD. So I may have to use that sparingly, but
right, you know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, man, that's it crazy. But anywho, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Let somebody else call in. Maybe they fucking pop up and put us back on a good mood. Cause yeah, my bad. Because like I said, I talked to a few people about it. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Like I just been trying to find something to maybe calm me down, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because like I said, my feelings on it, I just don't understand. I just want to slap her ass, but I ain't trying to lose my job. But at the same time, it's just,
Man, look, if
that's it crazy.
If you put something in the hair, hit it twice for your boy. Cause look, I'm feeling some type of way. I don't even know the motherfucker. I'm feeling a kind of particular way about the situation.
Right, All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, appreciate the call.
I appreciate you, man.
All right. Man. We gonna have to motherfucking me. I don't know what's going on. We got calls coming in, jumping out. I don't know what's happening. What's the motherfucking deal, man? We got calling into the den this evening.
Good, man.
Alrighty, Josh, what you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
About that call, man. What kind of shit was that shit? I don't. Anyway, back on topic, man. Pretty much the nostalgia stuff. I mean, to be honest, I haven't been really like alive enough to pretty much remember. He was like the past like that. I have a whole lot of memories of good old days and stuff like that. Because with me, I always pretty much appreciated the moment, really. So I never really had a chance, but I was just like, damn, like I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have did this. But I guess one good memory I had when the times that, because me, kind of like I used like when I was playing with my friends and stuff like that. I know this generation really don't do that shit because of phones and shit like that. So that's pretty much one instance where I could say that, man, I wish that time could have lasted a little bit longer because I just felt like it was so short. But that's the only thing I could pretty much say. Because remember those times where you used to have that, damn, I forgot what it is. It's something like, I think it was a Lemire school where you have that, we have like Olympics and shit. Like you have like the sack races and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was glad I was able to catch the tail end of that because I remember they really stopped doing it the year after I moved on, so kids don't get to experience that. And dude still have first place ribbons at his house in his drawer somewhere. I actually know where they at, shockingly. They old as shit, but.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of them. I don't know where them was at. I have not to find them. But yeah, I remember that. That was the thing, man. That was like shit. Niggas used to look forward to that. They don't do that shit. That's fucked up. That's like a staple of the childhood and shit.
Yeah, I feel bad. And like, it's just, there's nothing we could do about it. It's just, I don't know. Nowadays, kids are dancing the bust down throughout the alley and shit. Because you probably gonna see that when you get off the stream and shit. Because that's really what it was. Because I was asking, because you raising, a daughter right now. I know it's like your biological one, but I was asking what if there's probably gonna come a day where they're gonna play something like that. She's gonna be in the class like that, and it's probably gonna happen. So just get ready for that.
Motherfucking nothing finna fucking happen. Because then that's gonna be the end of that motherfucking class. Shit, I don't play that shit. Nah, look. That's when either be homeschooled, it'll be the end of that class, it's going to be a whole another game changer. So that's why I say I'm on a mission now to really get the D and get things going, the sauce and some other things going to where I can homeschool her, because the shit that's going on in schools is dumb. She, in third grade, and she asking about Murder on My Mind and shit like this because this little third graders on the bus singing that shit. Like I said, I explained it to her, but that's the thing, though. I ain't trying to hide no, because you're going to either hear some stupid-ass response from a little kid, or you can hear somebody who know what the fuck they talking about. And so I explained to her what was going on and why, them little kids don't know what the fuck. She come asking questions, but I think it's better to build that relationship and better to build that trust. So she said, when it's an issue, that she can come talk to me instead of trying to hide her to be, learning from some little dumbasses who parents ain't looking out for them, who ain't telling them shit, and they just repeating a bunch of dumbass shit. So... but that's why I say right now, after that question, that's why I say I'm definitely heavily vested on a mission to be in a position to where, I can homeschool her and, really have a more of an impact and get away from all that bullshit. Because I'll be damned if anything I got, contact with or got my hands involved with is going to be like the rest of these motherfuckers out here on that bullshit. That's just a no-go. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about it, but the kind of con is, and I know Wick said it a little bit, like, because I know I'm probably not in a position where you are, but I always wondered, like, are you worried that if you do actually do the homeschool route, does your kid actually become antisocial if she's, like, the only one in the household? Like, because I'm pretty sure it's just that young lady that's in third grade, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't think that'll be the case, because one, especially with it only being one, like, as far as what I get going, she gonna see how I operate. She gonna operate, and if I'm going and doing things, I'm gonna make sure, she gets an understanding. But think about this. It's motherfuckers that's been in public school their whole fucking life, and they antisocial as shit because all they do is get on the fucking phone and get on the fucking thing. So what difference does that make nowadays? You know what I mean? Like, shit, it's it's everybody antisocial. Everybody's been, like I say, shit, motherfuckers been out of school and they got social media, became antisocial. So that shit don't, that shit ain't even a thing. I don't think is it. Can you teach them to be social? I think that's where we at now.
True. Yeah, I can see that. But all right, man. I just want to see your point on that, man. I'll let someone else call in if there's anything. Hopefully, it's not no crazy stories like the call before me. But I don't even know.
Man, it's the world we live in. Everything fucking crazy. Just shit is all wild. I appreciate the call, Josh.
All right, man.
All right. Man. Hold on 1 second. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the den this evening. Hello. Yeah. Who we got calling into the den this evening? Ready to leave with you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, some other ass shit like that.
Homeboys in the car. He did that video talking about, I just signed with the Illuminati.
that the white man, they the Illuminati.
No, I didn't even see this shit. I didn't even know he did all this. Like I said, I just know I heard about him shooting his homeboys and him making it look like, it was a drive-by, some off the wall shit. Like I say, but that's the thing. That's why I say this. But this is what society will embrace. This is what society pushing. If motherfuckers had morals and ethics, they wouldn't even be bigging anything like that up. They'd avoid shit like that. But now people are all curious about it. Let me see what happened. They're so nosy that they don't realize that they encouraging this behavior. So now, I say, you got little bitty kids listening to this shit. He came up, he shot his friends. They gonna think that's the way. Like, motherfuckers so dumb and ignorant now that, especially parents are so uninvolved that you just don't they don't realize what their kids out there doing. That's why I say I make it a big deal to be involved and to be, knowing what's going on. That's what I say, whenever she come home, if I'm here, I'm gonna say, hey, what you learned in school today? How did you, interact with people today? How did this go on or how did that go on? Like, I'm highly inquisitive, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not with that whole just let it go as it go and be uninformed. Because I know shit at a young age how I was thinking and what was on my mind. And so, ain't too much shit changed. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. But so I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna try to find stuff out. I know what type of times we living in, man. And so I'm not gonna just let that shit go unattended. Like, you got to be there to be a part of it, because you let it go too long, then it becomes a part of their mentality. They listen to these other little stupid motherfuckers who don't know shit, and then now they become one of them little stupid motherfuckers. And I'll be damned. I'm not with that shit.
I was shorty back in the days, because I grew up on the south side of Chicago. Like, I remember, all the little kids that was the first ones trying to curse, and the first ones that saw all the horror movies, every damn thing crazy and shit. All them motherfuckers in jail as kids. Like, if I went back and tried to look at everybody I went to kindergarten with, all them motherfuckers fucked up and gone. That's for the girls. They probably got good ass jobs. All the brothers did, though. I'm the only one still holding on. Everybody else gone. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, that's terrible, man. That's.
I came out to the hood and shit, after a long ass time and shit, I was gone and shit. When I came back, my partner from motherfucking school and shit, he was on a motherfucking t-shirt. I was hanging out with his cousin, I'm looking at his t-shirt, I'm like, what the fuck? He had a t-shirt, they had a picture of my own boy on it and shit from when I was a shorty and shit. That's some cold shit. That's some cold shit. But old boy, that last motherfucking call and shit, that was kind of insensitive of him to talk shit about old girl that called in, because she was pouring her heart out, because something was alarming that as a community we need to deal with. And he mentioned the same type of thing in his call as he tried to get it back into the fun area of talking about the nostalgia. But part of the nostalgia for people from the hood, if you talking to brothers, because when you and me with shorties, we was listening to Ice Cube saying, most brothers don't make it past 21. That's the era that we grew up in. The dudes that was a little bit older than us. Our father figures sometimes would be dudes that was just 5 years older. They were still fucking kids. Tupac was a fucking kid, basically, when he fucking died. He's in his fucking college years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the damn people that we was looking up to and stuff, they got fucking took out the game, but they was just still kind of in their formative years where you don't know what they would have turned into or what they outlook would have been. And some of these guys and girls that's doing stuff now, they all off track, and that's on purpose. So it's a weird situation, And the weird way that you fix it might be homeschooling your kids to take them out of the situation so that they're not getting influenced by all of these people that's trying to put conflicting ideas in their head, so you can sit them down as a parent and be like, here's what you need to do, shorty. Here's what you need to do. What they saying ain't right, But you do have to be careful, because I remember there was a couple of homeschool chicks I knew that was real religious. I remember they used to be all hot to trot when they get to a certain age and shit. So it's you got to kind of let them hang with the ruffians so that they get enough of that shit so that they know what's going on, so that they not all
Yeah, they don't just lose the shit. Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, I feel you can't because it has to be a balance, and that's why I say I'm more about giving her, understanding and shit like that. Trust me, I know how. Man, look, I took full advantage of those situations. Them ones that freshly escaped off them life sentences, and they finally got free. Shit, come over here with me. Let me school you. Let me talk to you. Let me teach you some things. Hey, it's a dangerous place out there. Let Honcho have a conversation with you. No, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, and it's crazy. But I agree with you that you can't really you can't do too much on either side. That you gotta have a solid level of balance. I just realized, look, I be talking to y'all long and be realizing I'm getting off. I told y'all I'm giving y'all 2 hours. Y'all be trying to jack me for my time, man. But no, it's all good. But
you got to smooth it out and stuff too, so everybody ain't alienated. But I think you hold this show down real good. Everybody need to give you your motherfucking props. Because you hold down a show that's funny as hell by yourself. And you fucking doing all of this fucking shit. You doing the same job Opie and Anthony would be fucking doing by your fucking self with just the help of a couple minds and shit like Jay Dizzle and them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like that's legit. Motherfuckers, that's talent right there.
Well, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? But, that's some real shit. And on top of it, the show could be funny as hell, but it still get deep, and it still can be talking about some other stuff, like some real shit. Yeah. So, that's a good thing. Everybody get to, say what the heck they want to say and say some other stuff. But the thing is, we in a weird crisis. So with us being in a weird-ass crisis, there's got to be a little bit of levity brought in, too, because what she was saying, that's a dangerous fucking issue. If there's people having babies and the babies is in danger,
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It's tough, man. It's because like I say, without me not even having any biological kids, man, look, the thing you got to love about children is the innocence, man. And we all as adults, especially we miss that innocence. Some of us didn't get to have that because we were put in some fucked up situations, and some of that for some people was taken away early. And so my thing is, man, I cannot stand a motherfucker who tries to take advantage of children. I cannot stand a person who causes harm to children. And it's that type of shit makes me want to fuck somebody up. Just there's no other way about it. That type of shit make me say want to hide a motherfucker. Put you where you ain't gonna be found again. That type of shit just it's fucking disgusting, man.
I feel you. Because you know what, and I'm gonna try to help segue and bring something back in. Because remember the People Under the Stairs movie?
Yeah.
From back in the day, that's from the staff.
Yeah.
All y'all authorities listening to us chopping up game, talking right quick. Go back and try to find that DVD at y'all little resale shop or whatever the hell you got out there. If you got some pawn shop or something. But that movie about some crazy ass motherfuckers that be adopting kids. And if the kids don't act right the way they want to, they go take them and stick them under the stairs. And they find one girl that they think is good, and they try to make her so she don't see nothing. No. And she end up getting saved by Ving Rhames and, Shorty and stuff. And they have a little action adventure. It's a good little entertaining picture and shit from Wes Craven, who made that Freddy Krueger movie. And Freddy Krueger was about what? A fucking creepy molester motherfucker that was stealing people's kids and shit. So it's a weird thing and shit. It's you get all of these different pictures where they got a subtext to them from back in the day. But they was entertaining. But if you look at them with what we starting to have coming out to light now, some of the shit gonna be alarming to people. And the one thing that we had to do is start getting everybody ready for it, because some of the shit gonna hurt, But in order for us to be able to raise our kids, because how we gonna find a wife in situations where all of the girls think they Cardi B?
Exactly.
How the hell we gonna do that?
It's gonna be a bad look. And I think you're going to have a lot of upset people, because right now I think that we're selling a lot of these young ladies a disillusioned dream But the thing about it though is, man, this gonna lead into a whole different conversation. So I'm gonna cut it short here in just a second. But just to touch on it, but to touch on it, I'm gonna jot down these notes because I wanna talk about this because I saw something. It's gonna get real sketchy. And because right now they're talking about, I say it's the highest under 30. We're talking about people in the last year under 30 that haven't had sex in the last year, like or whatever, or it's been going up since I'm gonna say 2008. So men, especially in your those prime years, your prime fucking years. I'm not saying that men reach their prime at that age because 17 and up you start wilding out. But as you get older, it ain't like you don't stop. You just build your assets, and so it's better for men. But men are not having as much sex. And women are having more sex. Women are wilding out more than ever. And so what's going to happen is when it gets to a point where men are ready to settle down, women are going to have a repertoire or reputation because they feel like, I'm going to be like Cardi B or I'm going to be like Nicki Minaj or I'm going to do all these things. And you're going to find these dudes, they're either going to be super simping or they finna fucking, the ones that are quality are going to be like, well, I want a certain caliber woman and I don't think your past behaviors or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's better than her. Yeah, that's how everybody gonna be feeling. Because there's a lot of shit that's all out of pocket, and they'd be like crazy as hell, and they'd be like, I got 4 kids, but I don't want you to be a father figure to my kids, and this and that, the other on dating sites and shit. But it's like, how the fuck you gonna be saying that shit to anybody to attract somebody in there? They be complaining about people that's fucked up, but there's guys that's nice and legit. There's dudes that'll treat you right and do all of this other shit, and they ain't fucking thirsty. And they know, you gotta know your worth. Like, if you come to a fucking team and you Michael Jordan and shit, you gotta know. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta know. So if somebody don't be coming to you the right way and stuff like this, that's the same thing for trying to date or trying to find a female. And some of them females that's all slipping and falling the fuck off, they falling into a fucking pit trap. But the fucked up thing is we gonna still need they retarded asses.
Man, fuck all that. You see they coming up with the damn digital designer baby shit now. So shit, I'll look. Hey, look, bitch, I just want you. Like I told y'all the story about the damn gays. Motherfuckers ain't gonna even want the women no more. They just gonna want the eggs, and women gonna be willing to sell the eggs. And it's gonna be who has the most quality eggs because you saw the 2 gay dudes. One got an egg from his sister. The other gay dude, mama carried the baby. You know what I'm saying? And he provided the sperm. So the dude who mama carried the baby is the same one that provided the sperm. So on the books, this guy had a baby with his mama, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
And so that just tells you the rabbit hole we going down. But man, we going far left, Lee. Man, I'm finna get ready to widen. I appreciate your call, baby. Because we finna be in a whole different conversation. And I got one more I said I'm gonna take, so we're gonna make that shit.
Man, that's good though.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but I appreciate it as always, man.
Yeah, man. But this is a good show, man. Stay up, man. You're doing a good job, man.
Man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Man, it's okay. And I got to keep grinding. I can always do better. I'm on a mission to improve. A word? Okay, I got you. I see somebody said they were trying to call. I wonder why they even go through. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Already, Roman. What you want to drop in the den this evening, man?
Man, we talking about nostalgia, bro. I think one thing that you said that was just like, it was good when it happened, but it's not good now, bro. Well, I'm not saying not good, but you don't see enough of it. Man, it is going outside interacting with people. I mean, I'll just say, predominantly look at me, Honcho. People around my age or younger, bro. They're in the house looking at their phones, looking at YouTube, Netflix, all other sites. You don't really see a lot of people going out and just go grab a ball, football, basketball, go to the park, go just really chill. Go talk to some people, man. Let me tell you, like when I was like 10, 11, I remember when I would literally do this. I would literally get up around about 10, 11. Well, I would get about 9, 10, and go outside. I'll be outside till about 10, bro. Where we lived at these little apartments, they was pretty safe. So the thing is, it was never an issue of safety. It wasn't a real neighborhood, So my mom never really got irritated or really was like concerned that something happened because it was gated in, and yeah, nothing happened at the apartment. So I'm just saying, kids don't really interact with each other like that anymore, and I can use that as real evidence and experience because I see it. I mean, the main thing you do when you talk to somebody my age, man, what you doing the weekend? Nah, I'm just chilling in. Hell, you can't get niggas to even set up parties anymore, man. It's like, it's sad, bro. And I think that's something that was like, that I think technology, that's the negative effect of technology. I think technology has brought people together, but kind of like separated people at the same time. Because I feel like in a way it has brought people together because we can share our different opinions and thoughts about different topics and each other. But in a way, it takes away from the people that are in your city, that are in your neighborhood or your city or somebody from interacting when you just glued into it all the time. Now, you just check it here and there, hey, it's you. But when you're glued into it, it takes away from your experience and talking to other people, So that's personally me. Another thing that I felt like lost its touch, man, is TV in general, bro. At first I was gonna say cartoons, but no, it's TV in general, man. It's, when you look at a lot of these new TV and movies, bro, they're just mostly remakes. Yeah. Remakes, or they're just spin-offs, or you don't see a lot of creativity. It seems like creativity has died in television. Everything you like is made up of another show. That's why people get so excited when you see a rare show, and like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones gets overhyped because it's new. When it came out, it was an original topic, and it succeeded. When Stranger Things come out, it was new. It was sci-fi, but it was new. That's why people love those shows, because they was original. You look at all these movies that were remakes of movies. It was a great movie, but I mean, it was a remake of a movie of a movie in the 80s. What else? The Halloween had made a new movie. The new Halloween movie was good, but it's a sequel from the old Halloween movie. So it's like, it seems like creativity is getting lost.
Yeah. Man, speaking of that, man, have y'all seen this new shit? They trying to remake The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Honcho. I'm happy you mentioned that, man. They trying to make it all, like, dark. I'm like, man, get that shit out of here, bro. Like, people want to make a quick buck out of anything. And it's like, in my opinion, sometimes leave stuff, just leave it. Let it rest. Just let it simmer, let it get buried, and let it stay there, bro. Like, what are you? It's like people do anything for money. And it's like, I mean, they doing nothing. They remaking Pet Cemetery.
No, yeah, I seen that too. What's up, Dreamer? What's
and I'm not saying it don't look good, but what's the point of remaking it, bro? I mean, I don't know. I think that's just money, man. I think, like I say, my main point, I just think creativity has been lost, and it's sad, but I don't know how we're gonna find it, but we'll see. But this is my last one, man. I know I've kind of went a little couple seconds over the 5-minute mark.
Man, it ain't been no 5-minute mark tonight. It's just been all.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay, I'm good. Yeah. Well, kind of what who was talking about that baby thing? Was that Sean?
No, that was Lady Licious.
Oh, Lady Licious. Oh, Sean, I'm sorry, Lady Licious. I got your name wrong. My fault. But man, yeah, that's sad, bro. That's really sad. I agree with you, Honcho. Any person who does anything to children, bro, is sick. Is a person who I think deserves to be 12 feet under. Not even 6. You don't deserve that, bro. You deserve to get burned. That's what you do. And it's like, for you, like, when it comes to different other people that kill other people, man, at least you're killing people sometimes you don't know. But when you kill your own family and flesh and blood, how sick can you be to kill your own family and just still live about it? I that's something I can't get into the mind of, and something I won't, because that's just pure disturbing to me. You know, so I think when it comes to that situation, man, I 100% agree that lady needs to make sure to investigate. Not even investigate, just make sure to keep an eye on, just keep tips up, man, because that is some Casey Anthony touch, and the Casey Anthony case was disturbing to me. So, Leia, with a case like that, man, make sure just to keep her head up and to figure out what she's gonna do with that thing, man. But yeah, man, my last point before I'm about to get off, man, you gotta watch people out here, bro. People is crazy, man, and people do anything. For anything. People will literally kill people for money, for drugs, I'm just always, my main point is you gotta make sure to watch out for yourself and just always look behind your back. You know, always know that you got corners around you looking. So that's all I got, Honcho.
Okay. Already, Roman, you already know I appreciate it, man. So, you know, from the young man with the old soul, the nostalgia perspective, man. I appreciate your call, man.
Yeah, man. I could talk about music, but I ain't about to be in here for about 15 minutes, man.
No,
Because, you know, I'm about to pop up from Teddy Pendergrass. I'm about to get over here, but I ain't about to do all that. But, yeah, Honcho, thanks for this show, man. Kind of like how they do with saying, bro. How you to be the media for all these people to have all these opinions, man. I think I could say it for everybody. We all thank you for it, bro.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Roman. Like I say, it's a learning process for me. I'm just trying to improve. I thank y'all for tuning in and participating, man.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
All right, have a good one.
All right.
All right. I said I was going to do one more, but I got one more. I seen somebody else who was missed, so you know what I'm saying? Look. We're going to take one more. This will be the last call after this one. All right. You know, I'll be trying to stick to the script, but I don't let y'all have y'all day to day. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What in the actual fuck? First of all, Roman, ain't it past your motherfucking bad time? Oh, young ass nigga, I know it ain't a school night, but nigga, you need to practice like it's a school night. Carry your ass to bed. Up here trying to watch all the late shows and shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. Then the nigga before him, old conspiracy theorist ass nigga, I don't even know what the fuck he be talking about half the time. You a cool nigga, but you a fucking weirdo, dude. I just hope you know that. You be talking about some mad weird shit. And then lady list. God damn. Where do I start? Baby girl, you come up here talking about dead babies, my nigga? What the fuck? I'm at a loss. Dead babies. That's what we talking about tonight? Jesus Christ. I'm up here driving trying to stay awake and shit to make it to my destination. I gotta listen to dead infants. What the fuck? Damn, I'm all fucked up. That's just a fucked up conversation. It just is. I mean, I know it's real and it happens and shit, but I don't want to talk about that. God damn.
What wasn't prepared for it?
I don't want to hear about that. But here's my question. What kind of nigga you work with that's going to go look back to see if this bitch was telling the truth about her story? And then you saying, well, why she had to lie? Well, what the fuck was she supposed to say? Was she supposed to tell you the truth? No, of course she wouldn't tell you the truth. So what the fuck do you expect? Come on, people. God damn. Anyway, I'm off all that. I'm done with that. Y'all motherfuckers need help. All y'all. You too, Roman. You need help going your ass to bed. That's what you need help doing, nigga. Anyway, I'm going to leave Roman alone. That's what this is. I want to talk about the fucking music, the Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay.
Honcho, you do kind of have a point. I can't front. I sat up here and racked my brain trying to find a way to defend it, but it's kind of hard to. But like you said, the only thing I can give them is that they were harmonizing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you where the shit really started.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you who the one that started the shit. And all I got to do is just say it. Is your Memphis Swing yet?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Everybody was trying to figure out what the fuck it was she was saying, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody still sung that dumbass shit.
Yeah.
I sang it, you sang it, we all sang that shit. And never found out what the fuck it was she was saying. Never found out.
Yeah. That's true,
That's
man.
where that shit started, because she made that shit popular. That was a hit song.
Yeah,
It
man.
was.
I forgot all about that, man. You ain't lying. That shit was a motherfucker. Missy was the shit. Missy's underrated. When we talk about female artists, she gets left out of the conversation a lot. Missy was the best. But yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like Missy wouldn't have been shit without Timbaland.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like, you know what I'm saying, Snoop wouldn't have been shit without Drake. You know, it's like they just work well together. Or 50 Cent and Dre, same difference.
Yeah.
The Game and Dre, same difference. Because every album the Game did when he didn't have Dre, it wasn't the same. His first two was fired. After that, the lyrics are still there, but the beats was kind of trash. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of them. And you can even go No Limit and what was that, Beats by the Pound, KLC and them.
Yeah.
Same difference. You know what I'm saying? And Manny Fresh and Cash Money, same difference.
Man.
It ain't the same without that nigga or that group of niggas.
Yeah,
But,
Manny was the truth. Manny made Cameron. That's what they don't. But people don't realize how good Manny was. Manny was the truth. They said
Manny's a fucking monster, man. Manny be jabbing his ass.
man, that nigga, man, he was a weird little nigga, but he was
a naturally funny ass nigga, man. Manny is a fucking idiot.
They say he's supposed to be doing something with Wayne. I think they said soon. I think he said him and Wayne are supposed to be dropping a little. I don't know if it's supposed to be a song or an album. I saw that shit maybe about 2 days ago. I said that should be interesting to see how that.
Man, I hope so, man, because I need some more of them Manny Fresh beats, man. I need them shit. He only made one beat that I was severely disappointed in, and that was that beat to that song Shine. You remember that?
Which one? Oh,
Circle 22. Man, that shit ain't have no bass line in it at all. That song was jammed like a bitch, but didn't hit none in the trunk. I was pissed the fuck off. I'm like, what? Where's the bass line? It was no 808s in that hoe at all. That shit ran me hot. So whenever I meet that nigga, I'm sure gonna get on his ass. How the fuck you gonna make that clean ass beat and don't put no bass line in that hoe? The fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Yeah, I'm gonna get right on his head as soon as I meet that nigga, for real. But I was thinking about when you was talking about how we used to play them fighting games. You had to pass the sticks.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about some shit that I pulled, and this kind of nigga I am. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I'm the same kind of nigga, but I was much, much younger. Way back then, I was probably about early teens. You know what I'm saying? Or preteen, all that.
Yeah.
And it was for Christmas, and we was playing Killer Instinct, the first one on Super Nintendo. I know you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, motherfucker, right.
So we was playing in one of my cousin's room, and man, it was probably like 5 or 6 of us. You know what I'm saying? Grown men and children.
Yeah.
And I was getting my ass whooped. Like, I couldn't beat nobody. From the youngest to the oldest, man, I couldn't beat nobody. So they just kept, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's you know what I'm saying? Well, here you go, Jimmy. I don't know how long you going to hold it, but here you go. So they talk mad shit. I got my ass beat for about a couple of hours, so then I got mad and stopped playing.
Yeah.
So shortly after that, my mama went and got me the game.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I got that bitch, so I was playing it a little bit, and I was getting frustrated. And so she went back or whatever. She said, look, I found this in the store. You want this? And it was the book.
Man.
on like all the combos, the moves, some of the secret characters, all kind of shit. Nigga. When it was getting, because like we were supposed to go to my uncle's house for Christmas the next year. We was going to Dallas. So I'm like, oh, I got something for their ass. So, nigga, I practiced. Especially when the summertime came, I perfected, like, all that shit. And then I just play every, you know, like, once a week of it just to make sure I remember the move.
Yeah.
Nigga, I couldn't wait. Boy, they fired that motherfucker up in my uncle's house. And I was like, nah, I'll let y'all go ahead and play. And they was like, yeah, you know. They started talking shit on me again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, remember what happened last time? And I'm thinking to myself, you motherfuckers just don't know. Nigga, I got on that motherfucking stick, and I remember I picked Cinder.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the match came up, I clicked the button, and this bitch said, Idol. They was like, what the fuck was that? And then all of a sudden it pulled up and I had the boss. It's like you could do a special code to get idol, which is the boss.
Yeah.
And nigga, I started beating they motherfucking I was like, man, what the fuck? It was embarrassing. Like every person I started picking just random characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, who y'all want me to play with? And they was like, play with nigga. Don't let me get Saberwolf. Saberwolf, bro. I got so many fucking perfects on there, and they was like, man, I cannot hit this motherfucker. They was so mad. So we played for about a good hour and a half, and then here come my mama. She come around, what y'all in here doing? And we was like, oh man, we up here getting our ass whooped, Jimmy whooping our ass. And then she was like, you playing that damn game again? He play that damn game almost every day. Nigga, they looked at me, nigga, you been practicing? He was like, yeah. I bought him the book and everything. I'm like, mama, shut the fuck up. You know, like, damn, she just ratted me out. Them niggas never played that shit with me again. So they was like, what the fuck did you do? Play a whole year? Like, yup, because y'all was talking all that shit. So next time it came around, I'm up here whooping y'all ass. You know, hey, that's how I do. You know what I'm saying? You want to whoop my ass or something? I'm going to practice up. And when I do, I'm going to be a motherfucking problem next time you see me. That's the kind of nigga I am, man.
That's good. But, man, you ain't lying. Them books, though, them books was the truth. I see somebody say the Booze book was the bomb. Them books, they used to make a killing. They probably damn near made just as much off them books as they did with the damn game. Because them books used to be right there. Especially like you would go to GameStop, or I'm gonna throw some throwback shit on y'all. I don't know, y'all don't remember Babbage's or EB Games, Electronic Boutique. You see, that's before it was GameStop and all that shit. But they used to have them books right there. Yeah, they used to have them books in that bitch, man. Look, them books was the truth. Shit, they used to have the books at fucking Blockbusters and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you just go rent that bitch, you finna go get that hoe, man. And so, yeah, them motherfuckers, the electronic gaming monthlies, it was like IGN, they had EGM. Game Inform, I saw somebody say that shit. Yeah, I remember KB Toys, shit. Funco Land, what y'all know about Funco Land? You know, so shit. Yeah, all that throwback shit. But yeah, my fault. That was just, them books was the truth though, man.
Yeah, and old girl that called in earlier, I don't know who her name is, but I'm a fucking Mario Kart monster. I am. I don't know why. I'm just damn good at that fucking game, bro. It's very extremely hard to beat me. My brother, he's good at racing games. Like, he could beat me in every other racing game except for Mario Kart. Like, I just wash him. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. Because I told him, because I went and stayed a week with him, and he had this shit, and I'm like, all right, now, you know when you go to work and you come back, I'm going to reset all your lap records, right? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. How about when that nigga came home, you know, like you got like 10 slots for your rap. I had to took his name all the way off the fucking board. He was pissed. He was pissed on every fucking map. I took all his names off the fucking board. My nephews, his wife's, all that shit. I took all their records out. And it was like, and I put like, don't you ever challenge me again, bitch nigga. Like, I had all this shit in order, but it was so fucking funny. He was mad. He was like, this motherfucker. I was like, hey, bro, I just happen to be good at this shit.
Yeah, that shit was the truth, man. Mario Kart was that was a game changer, man. Mario Kart, and then when you talking, especially like when you upgrade, we talking from Super Nintendo to 64. Even though that's what I say I was talking about earlier, but I think Rabbit called in. Like I say, 64 might have been the epitome. 64, between 64 and Xbox, kind of in that area, the epitome of couch co-op because of having the 4 fucking ports. You know what I'm saying? So you could have 4 motherfuckers really on the game at one time, you know, in one place. But then after that, once shit kind of started going towards the internet, shit started kind of changing up. Because when you really right there, you have to deal with that shit talk. It ain't no somebody getting mad or hopping off the game or talking shit from a safe space and trying to clown you. But you got to sit there and take that shit to your face or get bit there, man. Look,
live and in 3D.
You gotta be about
and
it.
Not only was it the niggas that was playing, you had to take it from the watchers too. The motherfuckers sitting on the sideline. Oh, nigga, don't pass the stick, nigga. You trash. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it was bad. It was real fucking bad. So if you was a sensitive motherfucker, your best bet was not to even play. Don't even come in there. And the same niggas are, man, come on, man, come play with us, man. Nah, man, I'm good. Like, them niggas spanking your ass just so they can clown on you. But shit, that's what we did.
Yeah,
that's what we was good at.
And so the whole neighborhood knew if you was trash too. So it wasn't no internet records. Niggas gonna talk about you, man. You gonna have to deal with that shit. Man, I think they got. I say somebody about Fight Night. Fight Night was the shit, but they need to make like a update. They need to do Fight Night would be something that I can see as, you know, they try to do them games as a service type deals. Fight Night would be live. I don't know why they don't do that shit. They just need to make it like a game where you can download whatever fighter is live right now. You pay for individual fighters. And then instead of trying to make it as, they should make it be like a free game. So if you want to go buy Earl Spence or whatever, and the thing is, depending on what their ranking is how you should be able to get them motherfuckers. So they'll be a little bit cheaper if they ain't that highly ranked. Then you get them motherfuckers, if they start moving up, then, you know, you upgrade, they upgrade or whatever. But shit, I think they did a Fight Night right, man. I know people fuck with that MMA shit, but shit, niggas gonna fuck with that boxing all day. You put some of them old schools on there, you throw Floyd on there, you throw some Sugar Ray, you throw Ali, Tyson, all these motherfuckers on there, you pay them for their likeness or whatever the fuck you gotta do. I guarantee that hoe would be. That's why I say these video game companies don't know shit. They don't want to take those real risks. Niggas would come out the woodworks. You know what I'm saying? It'd be some old gray haired niggas coming out. They ain't never played a video game before, coming out the woodworks just to get on that motherfucker and talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit is.
Now, see, here's the difference between movies and video games. Movies and shows have they own special place in your heart.
Yeah.
Video games is the same way, but you can remake video games and motherfuckers will buy them because they look better.
Yeah.
The graphics are better. We don't give a shit about it in the movie aspect because the characters in that is going to be forever, you know what I'm saying, loved and enjoyed. But a video game is a little different because the character's the same motherfucker. You know, this motherfucker ain't done died, and now you done put this young nigga who don't look nothing like him, because when you see this certain person, you automatically see them as this character. Like if you met, what's the looking name? Is the nigga named David Johnson? That nigga is Ezel until he dies. That nigga will forever be Ezel, bro. Exactly. And we all know that shit. Yeah. You can't look at that nigga no other way than Ezel. When you look at Samuel L. Jackson, you're going to always picture him as some ignorant-ass nigga who cuss a lot. So you can't see him no other way. You know, so it's different. So, like, if they remake some of the video games and just update the graphics, you could leave the gameplay and pretty much everything the same. But if you just make them look good again, motherfuckers will buy that old shit. So you ain't got to worry about trying to create all this new shit, new characters, new storylines, because motherfuckers love the old game.
Yeah.
That's really all you got to do. So I don't know why they just don't do that. Because there's a few games out there right now that I love so much. If the motherfuckers came out again, just updated, I'd buy the fuck out that shit. And play it online like a motherfucker. Because a lot of them older games, you know, online wasn't available back then. And now it is. So you can just imagine how much fun this shit would be.
Yeah. Man, that's what I was fucking with. Because they bring back some of the Sega classics a while back over this shit. Me and Kush was on that fucking Tecmo Bowl. We was fucking around on that goddamn Streets of Rage. They had 1, 2, and 3. We was playing that shit, and that shit, you know, that shit cool, you know, that you can play, you know, from a distance and shit. So those old little nostalgic memories, that type of shit is cool. So yeah, a lot of that old shit, even though the graphics ain't really just updated. Tecmo Bowl, they had upgraded the graphics, but that shit was still fun. But like Streets of Rage, it was still damn near like the old Sega graphic, but the fact that you could play online and play with your partner or whatever, you know, that shit was still cool, just those old memories. So I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Bringing back some of these old games and just making them accessible again, I think is live.
And would you agree that the older games are harder than the newer games?
Oh yeah, man. Especially with
the motherfuckers are hard to beat.
With the limited, you have limited buttons and limited moves and limited shit you can do, but them hoes were still difficult like a motherfucker, man. Nowadays you got too many options, too much shit. Like I said, because I've got that Game Pass on Xbox, so I've been fucking with them old Batman Arkhams or whatever. And I think I'm on the second one, Arkham City now. I'm like, man, this nigga just doing too much shit. God damn it, this nigga all over the city. This nigga got moves every time you do something. Now you got a code cracker. This nigga got a radio. This motherfucker doing some other shit he upgraded. But it's like, man, it's fun, but it's just too much shit going on. But you know, like I say, yeah, them old games, they was legit. They even though the graphics was limited, even though they just it took more. Like that's why I say I look at old movies the same way. Like even though they didn't have the tools and the technology, but it required the story to be so good to be intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't lean on a bunch of special effects and explosions and all this other bullshit to keep your attention. Like you had to have a good fucking story. So the same way with the game, but they had to like, you might not have had the best graphics, but the story, the action had to be so good that it kept you intrigued. And like I said, a lot of shit is kind of getting away from that. Mutant League Football. Mutant League Football was dope, man.
Man, one of the best games I ever played, and I want to say it was on, I think PlayStation 3, was X-Men Origins of Wolverine. Nigga, that game was fucking fire. And you can go to GameStop and get that hoe for dirt ass cheap. I don't know if people still got P3s, but that game was good as fuck. I beat that shit so many times. I tried to beat it on the hardest level, but I couldn't beat that motherfucker at the end. I made it all the way, but I couldn't beat the boss. I think it was what's his name, Weapon X. Man, this bitch ass nigga, this nigga start regenerating this shit. And you like your old fuck ass nigga. How many times I got to kill this bastard? I couldn't beat him, bro. I tried probably about 3 months and couldn't beat him. I said, fuck it. You know, that would have been one of the few games I actually beat on the hardest level all the way through. But it was a struggle. But that game was just a good game. The graphics was good. And on some maps, a little too good because I get vertigo. And that game gave me vertigo real bad because they got this one thing where you in like Malaysia or something. And it's this old-ass ancient tower, and you got to climb that bitch. And you be on the side, like on the little ledge and shit, and then all of a sudden the camera turned upside down and is looking toward the ground. Nigga, I had to pause that shit. Take about 15, 20-minute break. Nigga, all I could just think about was just falling, bro. Like, I'm just like, man, I can't do this shit. Like, that part right there was the hardest part for me, just to get past the visual, because that shit looked too real. But that was a good-ass game. If anybody know what I'm talking about, man, put it in the chat. And if you ain't never played it and you still got a PlayStation 3, that shit probably like $5 or something right now. That shit, it's a damn good game.
Man.
It is. Trust me, you gonna want to play that hoe because that nigga, like, the more you play, the more moves and shit you unlock. That nigga do some whole ass shit to them enemies. He be fucking them niggas up. I know Wink would enjoy some shit like that. I know Wink would get off on it.
Yeah, that's what. Hey,
like that.
007 on it. Yeah, I mean that's hands down. Like, and I wish that they would just bring that back.
I never played 007 GoldenEye. I'm the only nigga that never played that shit.
What?
I swear, fool, I've never played that game. I've seen people play it. It just never drew my interest.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Man.
Because all I kept seeing was the fact that you could see what other motherfuckers was at.
Yeah.
I ain't like that shit. That shit run me hot. Like, I don't want you to see where I'm at. I want to come up and sneak up on your ass and fuck you up. So that shit, it never did it for me.
That hoe used to be my shit. Now, that used to be some hoe ass shit because niggas be. That's the one thing I did hate. Niggas screen watching ass niggas. I did hate that shit, man.
Screen watching ass niggas.
But but that hoe was so.
Well, they good. Well, okay, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? Nigga, look at your own fucking screen.
Man, that bitch there was just so dope for its time. Like, it was just a whole different thing. I guess just because it was a trendsetter for multiplayer or what. But I would just wish that they would just bring it back. They can leave that hoe with the big head, raggedy, rare graphics. They raggedy now, but back then they was cool. But and just leave it as is. Don't change up nothing. Because I saw them I think they tried to remake it for PS3. Because I remember looking at the store, I'm like, hold on, what is this shit? And I think they tried to update a bunch of shit, so it wasn't going to quite be the same, man. But you said that's where camping began for for GoldenEye. But man, my thing is, we used to be on that bitch super. I was trash at that hole at the beginning too. I used to have some partners, man, and it was this one little white dude, Timmy, this little motherfucker here, dog. But his pops was like a real army sharpshooting ass nigga. But this nigga used to be so cold at this motherfucker go. I used to hate that motherfucker. If that nigga was there playing, I ain't playing. I'm cooling, man. I'm finna go out and smoke, and I'm gonna come back later when this nigga gone or something. Cause I wasn't finna get no wins with that nigga. But yeah, that GoldenEye was dope, man. Halo was dope, man. I remember Halo. I locked myself out.
I enjoyed Halo.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with nobody. I had my little stereo setup.
I didn't like the multiplayer shit because it's just too much fucking jumping around and throwing grenades and shit. Like, nigga, chill out, dog. Ain't nobody really fighting like that. Get the fuck on with that bullshit.
That used to be my shit.
I like the Call of Duty. Call of Duty was my shit.
Man, I started fucking with Call of Duty probably at Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember which one was it where they let you walk into the. I think it was Modern Warfare 2 where you could walk in and you could kind of waste everybody in that airport. Because see, I used to like the Call of Duty. Maybe I was one of the few people who did. I actually liked the storylines of Call of Duty, and they start getting away from it. A lot of people
Medal of Honor too.
You see,
Medal of Honor had a good storyline.
Okay, see, I never fucked with the Medal of Honors. But like I say, people would be like,
it came out around Call of Duty 5.
okay, because most people would be like, man, I never even played Modern Warfare. I mean, I never even played the story mode. I go straight to the multiplayer. I'm like, man, fuck that. Like the multiplayer is cool, you know, but I can wait a little bit before some little kid gonna call me nigga in the multiplayer. Let me go play the game first so I can feel good about it. Then I get these little kids talking shit to me. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Uncharted, DeMarcus? That hoe was dope too on PlayStation. That Drake's Uncharted, all them hoes was good. But I think the last one they did, but they did some females. They ended up switching up for some females. So it's like I don't even think it's Drake in that bitch anymore. But that Uncharted shit was dope. I had a PlayStation for a little bit, and I fucked with that hoe. I think more than 2. But they were cool, man.
Whenever I would get a new Call of Duty, I would play through the story mode first and then play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because, like, the story mode, you get to see what all the weapons and shit that you get to choose from. You get to use them against, basically, the computer.
Yeah.
So then once I'm, live in 3D against a nigga, I know what to expect out of the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like how big is the clip, or, how much damage it do to drop a nigga quickly, how accurate is it, do it got a lot of recoil, all kind of shit like that. So to me, that was kind of like how to feel the game, and then how the character move around and shit. What button does what, so I could use that to my advantage, even though it didn't work a lot of times when it came to the multiplayer, because I used to get my ass handed to me. But I didn't start playing till like COD 5. Yeah. My brother talked me into playing it, and me and my best friend, we started playing it at his house. And, nigga, we was so terrible because it's like I couldn't even tell the difference between the motherfuckers on my team and the motherfucker enemy. Like, I'd run right up next to an enemy and never even see the nigga. And the nigga just shoot me in the back, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Straight
I
up.
thought we was on the same team. Like, nah, nigga, that nigga red, fool. You got to shoot him. Like, it took me a minute, but after a while, you know what I'm saying, I kept playing and getting my ass whooped. Shit. I practiced on that ass. I played through the fucking story mode about 5-6 times. And I came out, I was a motherfucking problem. Yeah. I got good at that one sniper rifle, nigga. I was so damn accurate with that bitch, I used to say I could shoot a mosquito dick, nigga. I was not playing. I was not missing. Them motherfuckers would get mad, be like, damn, man, this motherfucker keep taking all the kills. I'm shooting the motherfuckers halfway across the map and shit. Headshot, shooting a nigga in the foot. Yeah. I shot a nigga in the toe. I shot a nigga in the toe because that's all I could see. Because he was hiding behind this wooden pallet or whatever. And the only thing I could see was his toe, and I shot that motherfucker in the toe. And then he fell down, and I shot him in the fucking face. It was like, goddamn. They was like, man, dude, you're a fucking hacker. Like, nah, nigga, I'm just good at this shit.
Yeah, motherfuckers be mad to the bitch on that. If it ain't going the way they want it to go, they mad to the bitch. Like,
I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie, but it was so fucking frustrating. But there's one game I do not play anymore. I told myself, I said I will never play this game again, and I haven't. Because I've broken probably 5 controllers playing that fucking game. 2K. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. That game be cheap like a motherfucker, bro. Oh, dog. You put all that time in your fucking my player and shit, get this nigga stats up, and you go down the court and miss a wide open layup by yourself. Nigga, I used to get so goddamn mad, bro. I just fucking squeeze the controller to that motherfucker just snap, bro. All that shit just run me hot.
Man, but you want to talk about cheating? Let's be real though, man. So the old Mario Kart the computer didn't used to get a little boost for some reason. You be smoking these motherfuckers, and then all of a sudden this nigga just pop up right around the corner with your ass and passing you up and shit.
Bro, on Mario Kart, the only thing I found out to be cheating was on Double Dash. My little brother figured out this fucking way that they could win all the time, and they could still barely beat me. These motherfuckers would pick the little toads. Because, like, their little special shit was like this golden mushroom. Yeah. And you could just keep hitting that bitch like a turbo boost. And they would get it even if they're in first place. So I'm like, man, come on, man. How the fuck this shit supposed to work? So when I was like, all right, y'all go ahead and get that shit. I get them 2 turtle motherfuckers. So you can turbo boost all you want to. I get them 3 red shells and just flick one of them holes at a time. And then all of a sudden they stop. Then they get to going, then here come the next, so hit it again, stop. And then by the time that second one go by, I'm passing the ass up, I let that third one go and hit the ass again. They get so goddamn mad, I say, well, y'all motherfuckers want to try to use the game mechanics and try to get advantage? I'm going to show you how to counter that shit. They were so pissed. Until we forever figure out how to beat them a little faster.
Yeah, the Mario's was flying fine, babe. But if I was used to be frustrated, it was another one. Who was the other one? I can't remember. It was another game. But man, you know what? If we talking about nostalgia, and it was something I wanted to mention earlier. I don't know how many. See, a lot of you youngsters don't know nothing about this right here. You know what I thought was the epitome. I was like, man, graphics will never get better than this. When that first Donkey Kong Country came out, I thought that shit was gonna be. I thought, wow, this is about as real as it's gonna get. Cause fucking that Donkey Kong Country looked like it was real as hell, or the graphics at least for what they were.
I know what you're talking about, but I never got into Donkey Kong. That just wasn't my flavor. Because Donkey Kong to me was kind of like a slower version of Sonic. To me, they just kind of look real similar. Now I'm just like, ain't my thing. You know, Mario and shit was cool. You know, but Donkey Kong is like just a monkey trying to get bananas. Like, what's the point? Like, at least Mario and them trying to get some pussy. Like, I get that. This nigga trying to get a banana, fam. Like,
but you gotta understand what a monkey, the bananas like money. So that's like a nigga in the hood trying to get, a nigga that jacked all his paper. He trying to go get. He had a stash, man.
This nigga just running around trying to collect shit. You know what I'm saying? At least Mario, they trying to get these coins together so they can go get the bitch. I feel that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. Mario was on some super simping, man. He was going through some real shit.
Oh, he was. And then his brother was a super simp too because he was helping the bitch nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can still understand it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Yeah. Man.
It's always cooped up with Bowser and shit.
There was some other shit going on with it.
Bowser was hitting that. You know that shit.
Yeah, he was just playing that role, He was over there trying to save him.
That nigga was just trying to keep his bitch. That's all that was.
Man, have y'all ever seen that Mario parody from it's a dude he does YouTube called Hot Damn I Rock? And it's called like Brothers or something. But he takes like little scenes. Man, this nigga's real cold at what he does. And then he's funny too on some other shit. It's called Hot Damn I Rock.
I know what you're talking about.
But it's called like Brothers, man. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't. I think he did a part 3 and I need to check that hoe out. Because I was following him super tough. I don't know why. I don't know if it's not showing up on my shit as much or what. Or he ain't been posting as much. Because he did a thing where he was talking about too. He's like, women always say, just be honest with what you want. It'll get you a lot further. He's like, so I'm finna go to the mall and I'm gonna try it. So he was going up to women and he was just like, hey, I'm just wondering, man, I seen you was looking real good. And I think you look nice. I was kind of attracted to you. Could I fuck? And when you some of the responses that this nigga got, he's like, see, y'all bitches be lying because that shit don't work or whatever. But it was just some of the shit that he was giving was funny and these motherfuckers was just getting offended. But he's real about the shit he said. Then he got this one story about a bitch at some party and what she was saying about, because she was talking about, she dates some football player and then they was all sitting outside and then like she forgot a jacket or something after the party and she like, oh, y'all ain't no real men because y'all don't want to give me a jacket or some shit. He was just basically talking about like, bitch, knowing your personality, you would definitely fuck with what this nigga be saying. But this shit, he got 2 channels, like Hot Damn I Rock. And then I think Hot Damn I Rock too, but he does like a lot of little skits. He got some Santa Claus skits and some shit.
That, I'm thinking like, bitch, I looked at fucking the Weather Channel.
That's damn near exactly what he said. But the shit is how he got in on that bitch.
If we was together, we was on a date or something, and it's a potential for me getting some pussy. But what I need to keep your pussy warm for, and I ain't the one getting it. Fuck that shit. You got me all the way fucked up. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with you goddamn women. Thinking that man, come on, bro, get the fuck on with this shit. You want to be independent? Well, then be independent. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Bring your own fucking jacket. Don't expect me to give up my motherfucking comfort so you can be comfortable. Hell no. It'd be different if we was family, or some shit like that. Then yeah, cool, whatever. Like, all right, come on, goddamn people, you know what I'm saying? Can't bring your fucking jacket. You bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bitch about it, but I'm gonna help you out. But bitch, I don't know you like that, or you just an acquaintance. Man, you better get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Straight up.
I have no time for that.
Yeah, matter of fact.
Here's another thing. Since you women are probably still here, most of y'all probably mad because I'm talking, especially Charlie be talking all that shit when I be calling. I got something for your ass, though. You gonna get a Cadillac, goddamn. But anyway, why is it such a fucking problem when guys play video games and ain't paying your ass no attention, why is that such a... Because I've seen bitches go to the length of deleting the nigga character. Some shit that this nigga done put all this time and effort. Man, look here. Look, if you want attention, just say you want some fucking attention. You don't have to do no whole ass shit like that. You don't.
I done seen a motherfucking me. I hadn't seen a nigga that she thought that shit was funny because it was like he was recording shit back and he's like, man, where my character? She's like, oh, I deleted it. And he's like, man, stop playing. Like that nigga went from calm to like that nigga was about to kill it. And I think they ended up cutting the camera off, but he's like, he ended up kicking her out or some shit. He's like, man, get the fuck out of my house. Like that was like his old lady, but he was like, get the fuck out. He ended up kicking her out, like saying he don't want no. He didn't want nothing to do with it because he deleted shit because you ain't paying me no attention. That nigga, like, he wanted to beat her ass over that shit. That shit was crazy. Broderick, Montero, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Good to see y'all. You just don't
know how much frustration you got to go through and all the work you literally have to put in to get that motherfucker to where he at. And then you just come in because you feeling some type of way or some shit that ain't got nothing to do with that, and you want to just, come on, man. That shit don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. You want to take it out on inanimate objects instead of just coming to deal with me in the fucking first place. I'm the motherfucker you got a problem with. Open your fucking mouth. You quick to say something when you want to bitch about something, so then just come and say something. Stop tripping. Well, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. All right. All right, you keep that shit up. You going to show up by your goddamn self. That's what's going to happen. Niggas ain't want to fuck because you don't understand. Men like things.
Yeah.
When we things people, like we good when we work on shit. You know what I'm saying? We fix cars, you know what I'm saying? We'll fix pipes, you know what I'm saying? We fuck with things all the time. Typically, men's jobs are dealing with fucking things. No. Women's jobs typically deal with people. And that's just a fucking fact. That's just what we do. Y'all like to work with people or around people or to help people. We want to work on things. I drive a fucking truck and deliver goods to motherfuckers.
No.
I ain't no fucking secretary. I ain't no motherfucking doctor. I ain't interested in none of that shit. I'm not. Unless I need some help, then yeah, come help me, goddammit. But other than that, no, fuck y'all. Because I can't deal with people because people are stupid. People are fucking stupid. And I can only deal with so much stupidity at a time before I lose my fucking mind. Yeah. I just can't handle it. I can't, and I know I'm not.
Man, I feel you. Man, I saw one thing, and I didn't understand it. But I mean, I guess because I don't have that same passion, but I know niggas love their J's. And my thing was, if this was a situation, why not just leave the nigga? She got mad that a dude was cheating on her. I guess she caught him cheating or whatever it is. So instead of doing the grown-up thing, which is, you know, getting out of that situation or having a real...
Leaving.
Yeah, you know, she went and creased up all this man Jordan. So I guess he had a nice little collection. So she showed herself putting each pair of them on and creasing them up. How do you think that is really benefiting your relationship? How is that really helping anything? Like, how is that even really exacting revenge? You just making the man more mad, if anything. And I'm not saying that is justified.
Because it's to inhibit his chance to pull in another bitch. Because you can't approach a bitch with some fucked up shoes. Like, come on, Honcho, you know how that go. And at the same time, you can't pull up on the bitch because bitches want to take it out on your car. You want to bust a nigga windows out, flatten a nigga tires and shit. Like, why? Why do you feel the need to do that? Well, because I can't hit you. Well, bitch, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You need to manage some kind of self-control. Use your fucking words or just fucking leave. Just remove yourself from the equation altogether. Because if you as good as you think you are, he'll be more hurt in the long run because he don't have you. You supposed to be the prize. Not his motherfucking car and not his motherfucking shoes. I don't understand that logic, but that's some emotional shit, so that's why I don't understand it. So I know why I don't understand it. It's because I just can't think that way.
No.
If, you know what I'm saying, the bitch do something to me, I'm not finna go fuck up her makeup. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go color her red bottoms black. I just ain't got no time for that shit. Bitch, you can keep all that shit. Go find you another nigga because you ain't worth a fuck no way.
No.
That's just you relieving me of the headache that is you. Yeah. So by you leaving and getting the fuck on, bitch, you doing me a favor. You know what I'm saying? That's how dudes think.
That shit is
well,
wild.
Most dudes that I know anyway, these new niggas, crying and shit.
Man, look, I told
jumping
you.
on the hood of the car, not wanting that girl to leave it. Man, I wish her oh, bro, my little brother did that shit.
Oh no.
He jumped on the hood of his girl's car so she wouldn't leave.
No.
That nigga told me, he's like, man, bro, you see what listen to me? I'm like, bitch, nigga, what the fuck? And I got so mad. I couldn't formulate it to tell him how disappointed I was. Like, it was worse than being disappointed. I was, man, it's like I can never look at him the same after him telling me some shit like that. And he said it like it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nigga, that's a huge fucking deal. Let that bitch go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? If she won't fuck with you, that bitch be back. If not, nigga, kick rocks. Go find you another bitch. There's plenty of pussy out here. Stop playing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna sweat her. I'm gonna let her. You know, that's just it. That's wild, man. And that's the thing, man. It's, I guess, you know, when people get so locked into that one option, they feel like they done committed so much, you know, to some person. Half the time it don't even be that long of a damn relationship. Motherfuckers just be locked in. But that shit there is wild, man. Yeah, I don't look, man. Hey, look, if we having a disagreement, look, that's my whole thing. I ain't never been no handcuff. I'm not finna try to lock you down on no stuff. Look, you free reign. You are entitled to do whatever. You're an adult. Make your own decisions. I'm not finna say you need to do this, that, and the third. But if you do not make the right decisions, and you're going to deal with the consequences. I mean, that's just what it is. I ain't finna beat you. I'm not finna do none of that shit. It's just, look, hey, okay, well, hey, look, that's what you want to do? Cool. I'm not with that. You understand that I'm not with that. I made myself exceptionally clear on what I'm willing to accept and what I'm not willing to accept. You know, hey, it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was cool. I'm going to go this way. You go that way. Ain't no hard feelings. It is what it is. And you know, really like that, it ain't too much more complicated than that. Because, like I say, I'm not finna get all overwhelmed. I'm not finna make a decision right now over one broad. When, again, like I say, it's always, give it a couple hours, give it a couple of days, you know. It's always options, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, motherfuckers don't think like that, and they just be too locked into the shit. I don't understand, man. But like you said, it's a new breed. I ain't gonna name drop, but I've seen some of these characters around in this new breed of man, yeah. So you know, but it is what it is. So I ain't even knocking it, man. You know, fuck it.
And my ex, we ran into this thing because I was just like, I'm not an insecure nigga. Like I don't know how to be no other way. Cause she asked me this bullshit. Well, you know what I'm saying? What if I wanted to go on like vacation with my girlfriend and we was gonna spend like a week somewhere else? And I'm like, that's your fucking business. And then she was like, well, you not gonna say nothing about that? I'm like, no. I say, man, look here. I say you used to seeing all this shit on TV and how these other niggas is in their relationship. I say, but look, this is how I rock. I understand and I know for a fact that if you wanna fuck a nigga, there ain't shit that I could do about it. So why in the fuck would I sit up here trying to stop you from doing some shit that I have no fucking control over? I don't own you. You your own person. If you want to go fuck a nigga, then by all means, go fuck another nigga. But don't you bring your ass back here to me. I'm going to tell you that straight up, because if I find out, bitch, it's over with. I ain't fit to get mad. I don't want to fight. I'm just going to dip the fuck out. Straight like that. I don't give a shit what you do. You do what the fuck you want to do. I don't care. I could care less. Just bring me something back. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Bring me something back.
Yeah, something I want, not something I can't get rid of.
Fact. There you go. Okay, that's even better. But I honestly don't give a shit. Because a lot of these dudes talking about, well, you going win that, or where you going win that. Only time I would say something like that is if we going somewhere and I think it might be inappropriate. I'd be like, you know, we going over here, so I don't think that that's good for where we going. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of fit the situation. But other than that, you can wear what the fuck you want to wear. Yeah. I don't care. Niggas will look, the niggas gonna look. As long as them niggas don't touch in my presence, ain't gonna be no problem. Exactly. But shit, you got to understand that there's consequences when you dress the way you dress. Exactly. So if a motherfucker starts to talk to you crazy or inappropriately, don't sit up here and tell a nigga nothing fly, because look how you came out. So, you know what I'm saying? You dress for the conversation that you intend to have with folks. You got all your fucking, you know what I'm saying, shit out, then motherfuckers just go want to indulge.
What?
So, that's all I'm saying.
Man.
And she was like, you make it sound like it's so simple. I said, because it fucking is. I said, there's people that make shit real difficult. Well, it's a lot to it. It's a lot. No, it's not. It's real fucking simple. You can dress how you want to dress. Just be prepared with the consequences that come with it. Well, guys need to know how to control themselves. I say, see, this is what you don't understand. Guys are programmed to want to fuck you. That is our natural fucking instinct. You can't sit up here and get mad at me for feeling that way when it's natural for me to feel that way. Well, that don't mean that you can't have some kind of self-control. Because I think, he said it perfectly. He said, man, working on a job with women is like a bath working with salmon.
Yo, Patrice.
And I'm like, yes, Patrice. It's like when he said that, I'm like, whoa, I never thought about that analogy, but it's perfect. Because what your first natural instinct is, especially if she's good looking, is you want to devour this bitch. That's just what you want to do. And every other nigga there got the same instinct. But you got to sit up here and suppress it and act like that it don't exist. You got to pretend. When she know it too. She know it too. When she gets a flaunt and put it all in your face and you can't say or do shit about it. That's fucking torture. If you got a bunch of ugly bitches working up there, nigga, it's cool. You talk to them like they just one of the other niggas.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know how it go, Honcho. Like, come on now. That's how we do. We cool with them hoes. But it was a bitch that everybody want to fuck. Like, come on, man. Oh, man, y'all women just don't know it. Some niggas can't control themselves.
Man.
So, it is... And I feel bad for you women that have to deal with the niggas who don't know how to control themselves. I feel bad for you. But you got to understand. I understand how tough it is. I really, really do. Y'all women don't understand how tough it is because it's fucking tough. When your head is just saying, just avoid it, just keep going with your dick saying, nigga, she right there. All you got to do is say something. You never know. You never, like, your dick be trying to talk you into some shit, man. And you just like, come on, bro, we on a job. I can't do. So now you having a battle within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And a woman don't know nothing about it because she don't have them same battles. It's not the same thing. It's just not. All you got to do is you got to choose between what you want to wear.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the thing. It's just, it's man, look. Yeah, and I don't even want to. If you say some things, the thing is, because you got to be careful being a man, especially when you share certain shit with women. Because then they'll start hitting you with that Me Too, saying you a predator like something. But it's just the way that we are designed. It's not that we have harmful. I seen this nigga the other day. I was laughing. This man said, "Man, you should get like 2 chances. You know, the first one should always be a freebie. You shouldn't be considered a pervert or a predator or something until the second time. If I should be allowed to ask you anything one time. And if I ask you that one time and you decline my offer, then all right, I'm done. I should not be allowed to ask you anything. I shouldn't be able to get hit with a harassment or anything like that. But if I ask you that second time after you already told me no, then hey, you know what is fair game. But shit, how am I supposed to find out if I don't have that opportunity? Hey, you know what? I forgot what he said. He said it in a certain way. The little nigga was funny though. He was just saying some little crazy shit. But I think that should be a rule. Cause I'm taking a risk, right? It's like, it's a risk reward thing, and you like, damn. All right,
I'm putting myself out there.
Yeah.
At your mercy.
Exactly.
Because you get to react whatever fucking way you want to with no consequences.
Exactly.
And I just have to sit up there and take that shit and deal with it.
It's tough, man. It's a tough situation to be in.
and another thing about you women who talk about niggas that just be doing too much of everything. It's a lot of happy couples out here, especially older couples. And the wife will tell you the first thing. When I first met my husband, I didn't like him. I couldn't stand him. But the nigga eventually grew on her because he kept trying and trying. He kept pursuing her. And then she finally saw something in him that she didn't see the very first time she met him. Her first impression of him wasn't the greatest. But eventually, he grew on her, and she ended up loving him. Now they're having a whole long, happy marriage. But if he wouldn't have never kept up, he would have never fucked with her. It would have never happened. So you got to understand, like, the decision that we, us guys, have to work with. Either we give it a shot, and we get shot down, and we just say, fuck it, and then start anew, or if it's something we really like or we really after, we got to keep trying. And then, like, one way don't work, then now you got to try another way. And then that's when you turn into this simp. Then you start trying to be their friend and shit, trying to get in good to maybe they like you, but they might like you but not want to fuck you, and then that's the problem.
You just
because you can't have no relationship without some fucking going on. That's the way it is. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's a bad situation, especially when you to be a nigga that, and that's the thing. That's what I say. You know, niggas got to understand how to get out the friend zone too by just leaving, just abandon ship. You just got to go AWOL, man. You can't just sit there thinking that you're gonna hope something's gonna pan out, because I can only imagine what kind of hoe acidness it has to feel like for you to be trying to shoot at a chick. She puts you in a friend zone, then she go start talking to some new nigga and start fucking with this while you just been in that corner, like sitting, waiting, and hoping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And you've been putting in all this time helping this bitch do this, do that, doing shit for, and all this other shit. This nigga just come in like a motherfucking eagle and just scoop your snack from you.
Talons out.
This motherfucker. Yeah, so it's like y'all ladies just got to understand, man. It's a hard world out here for us too. You know what I'm saying? We understand it's hard for y'all. And it damn sure is. I'm not trying to deny that at all, but it's hard for us too, man. It really is. This shit is not simple. It's like a fucking, it's a chess game, but it's a real delicate balance of shit that we just got to try to figure out all the damn time. And all y'all women is different, because I ain't gonna say that all y'all the same. A lot of y'all different in different ways. Some of y'all like the direct shit, and then some of y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a testament to it. You know, because I got a real strong personality. So some women I turn off real quick. So if you like insecure, you know what I'm saying, got low self-esteem, you not going to be able to handle me very well. You just not. So you're going to have to be a secure woman, know what the fuck it is you want and why you want it to fuck with a nigga like me. And I understand that. So it's just a delicate balance. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, they think they want it. They think they want a motherfucker that's really honest with them until they get a motherfucker that's really honest with them. And then their feelings get hurt a lot. And then all I tell them is, look, bitch, I told you how this was going to work from the door, but you thought I was bullshitting you? You thought I was trying to be a nigga that you thought you wanted just so I can get with you? No, bitch, that's who the fuck I really am. So don't act brand new with this shit. You act like you didn't understand what it was I was telling you. You bitch, you already not listening, so that's a problem off rip. Anyway, I done been on here for a while, now I ain't gonna finna keep your ass up all night. I gotta give me some rest too. I gotta finish this trip.
Okay. Well, hey man, look, I sent the link to that first of the Mario. It's called Brotherly Love. It's 3 of them, but I put the link in there for you. Check that out. Check out some other shit. Trust me, I know for a fact you're gonna like some of the shit. Once you see some of the little videos he got posted, you'll definitely enjoy some of that shit. But man, as always, you know I appreciate the call, man.
All right, man. I'll holler at you.
All right.
All right.
Let's see where we're at. All right. So I know, I would say, but sometimes the conversation just get good. I ain't gonna lie, too. Probably had an energy drink before the day started, so I had a little bit of extra juice tonight, and you know, so we just chopped it up tonight. It's all Gucci, man. But yeah, it's time for the Here's the Deal. I ain't finna get y'all no mixer crew, but I think I'm finna get on the game for a little bit before I crash tonight. What time it is? So, but yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who called in. I appreciate everybody who showed love. I appreciate everybody who shared their opinions. Metro Exodus. Is that the third one? Because I know there's what is because I was playing one of those Metros. I think the first 2 Metros are on that Game Pass. Game Pass is actually pretty cool when you're playing some older shit. I'm surprised they put that Just Cause. Just Cause came out there not that long ago already on there, so it must have not have been doing too well. And shit, they got the fucking Tomb Raider on there already. I actually ended up buying that with a deal with the Red Dead, so I got them for both super cheap anyway. I wasn't really tripping on that. But that first Metro, like I said, I was playing it, and it was actually a pretty cool little story. It was interesting. But I forgot, I got to a certain point, I think I stopped playing. I started fucking with something else. I think that's when I got Red Dead, when I stopped playing it. And then I just played the story mode of Red Dead and ain't played none of it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I say. Game Pass has some good shit here and there, but then it's got a lot of shit you just kind of like, I ain't really gonna fuck with this shit too much, man. But yeah. So I'm gonna drop this link in the chat again. Like I said, if y'all didn't catch it, because we were talking about Mario earlier. and check out this little skit by this dude named Hot Damn I Rock. And again, he should have way more. I'm surprised he hadn't reached 1 million. This dude, and like I said, I know he had a period of time. It was real crazy because it was like the same time I was going through a bunch of shit, or right around when shit was just trying to kind of come together or whatever. And I had been following for a little bit from the first Little Brotherly Love and some of the other shit he said. But the funny thing, well, like not funny, but when he just kind of shared everything that he had been going through, I was just like, damn, man, because I was going through some shit. And it was just like, damn, it's fucked up, you know, because he had some shit going on too. And it just kind of made me relook at my situation and say, man, you know, it ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it ain't too bad, but it's just like, it's like, man, look, it's tough. I showed y'all Brotherly Love on Honcho Reacts. I don't think so. I don't think I put that on there. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Like I say, I'm gonna have to. I didn't pause that. I'm gonna check that out. But I don't think I did. I might have. Who knows? But I don't really don't think I did, because that's an interesting one. Like I say, it's about 3 parts to it. But like I say, he's got some interesting stuff. Now, who was it we watched when we did the Honcho Reacts? The Honcho watches the internet, and old buddy was talking about eating ass on the first date. Wasn't his name like Steve or some shit? And he was talking about, yeah, you gotta eat the ass on the first date or some shit, dating tips, some crazy shit he was talking about. That shit was funny as fuck. That motherfucker there was on some other shit. I don't even know. But here's the deal, man. It's about that time. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. I really do. Just, you know, if you come through, even if you're chilling for a minute, if you're chilling for the whole show, man, I sincerely appreciate y'all. Like, I don't ever want y'all to think I don't, like, because it's just funny. Like I say, sometimes I get off here and I reflect back on the conversations and things that we have, and man, I appreciate y'all. Man, if you're not in the Facebook group, if you're not on Facebook, I understand. But if you are in the Facebook group, I'm gonna post a couple of things in there, either later tonight or tomorrow in the morning. If y'all hadn't seen that one of the little thing I posted, a little dude singing in the shower, though, y'all gotta watch that shit. That song is gonna get stuck in your motherfucking head, and the shit is, that little dude gonna blow up off this shit, I guarantee. This motherfucker's like singing in the shower with like a fucking karaoke machine. And I guess his own little song that he made, you know what I'm talking about, but I ain't mad at him because, you know, I was telling somebody earlier, I was like, you know, back in the day, you be in your shower singing with a karaoke machine, motherfucker would be like, this motherfucker got some issues. You know, they be sending your ass to the crazy house. Now you do that shit on Instagram, you get fucking 1 million views or whatever. The Facebook group should be called The Den, you know, The Den Show group or something. If you go to the Den page, it should have a link connecting to the Facebook group. Like, if you like the Den Facebook page, it should have. Let me stop being lazy. Okay, let me just stop being lazy. I guess the smart thing to do would just be to fucking send y'all the link, right? Right. That would be ideal. Oh yeah, FacebookGroups.com. Yeah, I forgot I got to update the dilly dally in here. You gonna be with the confession that we gonna get the Brody B Chronicles, man. There you go. There's the Facebook group link to join in the dilly dally. So if y'all want to be a part of that, feel free. And man, I appreciate y'all. But we're finna get ready to slide up out of here. I mean, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the night, evening, whatever. Same day and time, same day and channel tomorrow. For those of y'all who fuck with the sauce, should finally have the sauce line a bit more operable, because the thing about the sauce is when I have guests on it operates differently, but I should have a remedy for that. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. But that's a wrap, man. Cassie, appreciate it. Good night. And all of you, the rest of you denizens, degenerates, friends in the den, and den folk, excuse me, I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm out. Appreciate it. right, I'm back. I'm gonna give y'all the outro with the sound. Now I'm gone. Stop hating the market, goddamn. It ain't my fault. That shit happen. Players fuck up. Sometimes 2 to 3 times a stream. But hey, it's all good because we still play about it. And I'm gone.